Back. Good to be back, I think. Everybody, land alright?
John?
Yep.
Yeah, we're good?
Yep. Ooh.
Okay.
Already back.
We should really get there, make sure they're safe.
Yeah, and it looks
The
like
game
they
looks
did
open?
actually. Yeah, they did actually
Yeah.
put my rocket back on the launch pad, so that's a good sign. Doors still open, of course, but that's to be expected.
Oh, sorry, I just got out. I couldn't hear anything.
Hey.
Oh.
We're going through.
Yep, we're heading back through. Everything seems to be good
Might as well
here.
reset our tiredness if we want to. Maybe?
We can. Yeah, I mean,
It's worth it.
I think that my tiredness is already down. Got a little bit of rest on the way, way back. So.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, okay. If everybody's ready, we'll head through.
Oh, I fell in a hole.
Oh, please do try to avoid that.
I didn't get hurt, but I fell in a hole.
That's good.
We're going? Okay.
Yep. Okay, back
Hello?
through. 1, 2, 4. That's all of us. Wonderful. Okay, bark bark, anybody?
Let's get through.
Where's the
Bark.
lever?
Eloise?
Lever's
Willow?
already been done.
Oh, gosh.
Hi.
It's Willow.
Hello, Willow.
Are you guys
Or-
okay?
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you guys,
Welcome back, guys.
Alright.
Hi.
Alright, we're just
Hi.
quickly unloading. Oh boy, the, Mercury mission was certainly something. We, well, I suppose that someone else can tell it, but we learned a lot.
Lava.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard what we encountered since John went to see you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've told him a fair bit. Though, suffice it to say, we do have a cohesive and I would say hopefully accurate theory as to how to deal with all of this, and what to do next. But first, I'm going to quickly get my things put away, into my backpack. Go from there.
Not everything of mine fits, so it might be a little loose, but
That's alright. Try to get as many stacked items. Not yet. We're just getting our items through first. Okay. Alright, we'll wait for that to trickle through. Oh, and I need this through as well. And there we go. All the items.
Have you turned the lava on?
Oh, yes. Could you push the button on the other side over
I
there?
pressed the button.
Okay, wonderful.
There we go, getting more.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so once
Did
we've...
everyone take off their mimic skin suit?
I think...
yes.
Okay. Yeah, once we put all the items in the chest, we're probably good to head through before it gets too warm. You can pull the lever.
It's too hot.
Yeah, let's get going.
Willow, if you wouldn't.
Oh,
Thank
gosh.
you.
Thank you. Oh, gosh.
Everyone through.
Yep.
Close the door.
Okay. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi.
Good to see you guys back.
Yeah, good to see you, too. Oof. Alright, I'll see if my backpack has come through, along with...
We saw, I guess, the other group of the others there.
Oh, really?
Some of them.
Yeah, they're definitely sketchy.
What?
Abby tried to take me.
Yeah, I got very sketchy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Abby character
Alex's
tried
were
to...
so nice. Oh
Eh.
my.
Yeah, we made
No,
sure it didn't happen.
honestly, I don't know what else I expected. That's kind of just my luck.
Sorry.
Yeah, it happens, unfortunately, but, well, we got through it. We're all still together, and all still alive, of course.
Yeah.
Where on
Oh,
earth did my
God.
eggs go? There they are.
Well, is everyone okay?
Yeah, about as alright as we can be.
I'm happy to be back. Hopefully that was our... Well... We have a step in the right direction, so.
I would say a rather significant step in the right direction. I would say something approaching an order of business of what to do next, though first things first, well, I suppose that I can, at some point take the time to really look more into all these samples that I gathered, but from what I've seen,
Oh yeah,
yeah, I'll actually deposit these in this chest and... Oh, somebody's taking damage?
Oh.
Oh.
That was Eloise.
Yeah, it happens.
Do you have anything on her?
I don't know. Gonna
Didn't drop anything.
dump the samples I got into this chest. Okay, so I can sort out samples particularly, but
Did we reset our...
oh yeah, we do
Yes,
need to
we
set
should
our
reset
yeah.
spawn.
Let's
Sorry
set
for
our
the
spawn.
interruption. I was tired.
Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. We're all pretty tired as well, but okay. Now, oh boy. Oh yeah, order. Oh yeah, this snow needs to go into the samples chest. And then I suppose I can speak in relation to what's been figured out. Okay. Take that. Yeah, the rest of this can stay. Don't know where my torches went. Oh, there they are. Okay. Actually, that should be everything. Cool. Okay.
You are not a pup. You do not belong
Oh,
here.
who doesn't belong in that?
There's a mimic down here.
Oh.
He's in the,
Oh, you know what?
coaster.
I say let him stay.
He can be here, I don't mind.
Yeah, he has a kind and trusting
He
face.
went to feed him and...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nah,
Okay.
he's a good man. Look at him go.
Look at him go. Maybe he's not a man. Do they have ages? Do we know?
That's a really good... I mean, I've never seen one smaller than that, but, I mean,
never seen-
technically...
Yeah.
Huh. It's a good question. It's a very good question. Oh, yeah,
I was just beating them with that.
yep, that's alright. Welcome back. Well, welcome back to us. Hello, pups. We are, in fact, back. Thank you. Oh, wait, I did get X, thank you. Okay, so... I guess that we could try to gather folks up and discuss, next course of action, because I do believe that we have a course of action, and I've definitely thought of this more on the way over here, but I think we have an approximation of what to do next. So...
Sounds good.
yeah, first, I should probably grab something from in here, because I have the strangest feeling that we're going to want to talk to Atlas.
Or in the main house if you need to get there.
Yep, okay, I'm making my way into the main house as well.
Hi.
Sorry you tried to get kidnapped. That was crazy. I would have hit them if they tried, but I didn't think
Yeah.
I think I was slightly out of
Good to
your
know.
Yeah, sorry about that all, Mouse. I'm aware that I was rather, enveloped in, the scientific end of things, so should have been paying a little more attention.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I don't think you can blame yourself. It's okay.
Well, I'm glad that everyone's safe.
Now we know to be more.
Mm-hmm.
Not defenseless. I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course, I do not discount your ability to take care of yourself. Just, you know, try to make sure that everybody's safe.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Indeed, indeed. Woo. Is everyone within earshot? I believe that as much
I
as...
believe so.
Okay, as much as I would like to immediately get into relaxing after all of that, my theories have more or less culminated on the very simple fact that, summarized, Devourer is certainly doing something with the sun, it's impacting the other planets as well, and our fracture is connected to that, and in order to bring it to a place where we can deal with it, we're going to need bait. That's probably something very strong blue corruption, and I think I have a theory regarding how to invert something strongly red to something strongly blue, meaning that we need a strong sample of uncontaminated red corruption. Everything red in the overworld, such as the worms and whatnot, are very much contaminated. They're, you know, messy and contagious, so we'd likely need something actually from the source, from the fracture, to be entirely honest, so as to get something pure enough to be able to undergo such a process. Meaning that, well, I do believe that an expedition to the fracture in order to obtain such a sample, to create such a bait, would be a very wise action. I'm not sure how much time we honestly have. Things are getting, more intense with the Devourer, and, well, as much as I hate to immediately jump into something else, I do think that that is a wise course of action.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
we need to do to get this done.
Yeah, and in relation to that, on the way over, while Angel and I were doing our best to, make the super tiny rocket work to get back, during that period, I did get sort of a buzz from Atlas in the sense that he does wish to speak, likely in something relating to our mission that we've just completed, so I can try to reach out to him as well before we go jumping headfirst into the fracture or anything.
Suppose that would be wise.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I'll see if I can,
I just
Get him.
appreciate he asks.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
appreciated on
helpful.
my end as well.
Is everyone here? Thanks.
Yeah.
So- Oh, so you're here, right? Just
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Atlas.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Atlas.
Yes, hello. I believe the correct greeting is bark bark. Yes. I know that you all have been through a lot. I was doing my best to observe while you were off-world, interacting with the other group, though, well, my perceptions there are limited, unfortunately. To say the least, I do believe that you all are on the correct track, all things considered. And I thought that since you were at such a point where, well, the urgency of the matter has grown so much, that I would open myself to any questions that you may have regarding the recent goings-on, as well as your current chosen direction for dealing with these things.
Do you know why Abby tried to snatch me?
That
Who
is...
cares about that?
Well, that is a very good question. It is my understanding that she believed that, as you all are rather corrupted, that getting a living sample may have been some way to further Rain's research. Though I cannot entirely confirm that theory, I would imagine as that has rather often been her motivation.
But you would think, at least to be fair, like there would be a trade or something. I don't know. I don't like the sneakiness of it.
Yeah, it certainly was not a very polite action, as far as I understand. You should at least ask before attempting to take someone else. So
Certainly not.
it was not polite or correct, I am afraid. But alas, you all have survived unscathed, so that is fortunate. It's fortunate that you were able to make it back with, well, all in one piece. Those other worlds, especially that last one that you visited, have been rather ravaged by the Devourer's ongoing processes, as I'm certain that you all witnessed. And in relation to that, while I cannot entirely guarantee you all's theories, as getting too close to such varieties of corruption would definitely be hazardous to myself, I would say that it does line up with the things that I am aware of. As I understand the Devourer, it would make sense, the course of action that you are all heading along. It certainly, goes along with what scientific measures you all have learned up until this point. And in relation to that, I know that there were a couple of things that were at least bothering John that he did wish for clarification on. So I could move on to those as well, unless there are any other questions.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would wonder first is if you've got any notion of what Sin is up to, if he's okay since the last time we spoke.
Well, actually, in relation to Sin, I am aware that you all discovered one of his masks on the first world that you visited. So with that in mind, John actually did have the foresight to grab it, so looking it over, it does not possess exactly the same sort of tint as the first mask that was discovered in the manor, though unfortunately I can guarantee with some certainty that this is his and not simply one of the spares. I can't say with entire 100% guarantee, but I do believe that it is his mask, the one that he normally wears, that he has been wearing for some time. How exactly it was discarded or why, I'm uncertain. I've yet to been able to make contact with him again. As far as I can tell, he's somewhere beyond my specific perceptions.
Well, thank you. I guess keep us posted if you hear anything.
So, certainly, I was somewhat hoping that you would all encounter him in your missions beyond this world, but alas, you have not, and I'm certain that whatever he's doing, he believes it to be very important and will likely turn up eventually. And building on that note, in relation to you all's moving towards finally combating the Devourer, I do have one thing to contribute. It is my understanding from John's theorizing that you would need to combat this creature, the Devourer, in some place in very close proximity to your world, and rather than bringing it to the surface of your planet, which would be unwise to say the least, I thought that I would offer another alternative, a sort of deployable station to put above the atmosphere. You can, of course, reuse your current means of getting to space as well as your current protective gear, but alas, this should give you a platform that, assuming you all's theories are correct, you should be able to somewhat safely combat the Devourer and still get the appropriate benefits from such an interaction without risking directly bringing it to the surface of your world. So I have that as well.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, Atlas. I was
no problem.
Worried.
Now I just have to find where I put it. I believe it was somewhere in John's fur. It is in John's fur. Let's see. I will ask permission. I'm going to throw an item on the ground. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
I guess.
Sure.
Wonderful. There we go. That is the platform.
It looks funny.
It is larger than it looks. It deploys. I'm certain that you all will be able to figure out an appropriate means to actually deploy it when the time comes, but it should hopefully withstand the pressures necessary of being, well, near the Devourer, as well as any other difficulties that you encounter. So that should make things a little bit smoother in relation to, well, your fight.
Thank you.
No problem.
And the others won't be helping with this fight.
Well, they are currently working on their own version. They're a little bit behind you all because, well, you're right.
You okay, Jora?
Fine.
Exhaustion, probably.
That's all right. Yes. Well, they are currently working on their own tail end of their research. They have not quite gotten to the exact point that you all are at, so they will be trying, but no, you won't have to share a platform with them or anything to that effect. And in relation to all that, there was...
Is there a reason we can't work together?
Well, in all honesty, some of... while it isn't really an explicit reason, there is the concern that if you all were to be working directly with one another at the same time, and you fail, then, well, all of you die. So instead, by splitting you all, you've been able to be very effective amongst your own groups. I do believe that you have at least, well, when it boils down to it, two chances to split between the groups. Two chances to deal with this threat accordingly. Oh.
And we're the only two that's gotten this far?
Well,
She probably
your
just needs
your
to-
groups are the only groups that are left at this point. I haven't. The other group was the last, the most recent group that I sent, and I haven't done any more because I have confidence in both of you two groups in being able to figure this out. You certainly, once again, both groups have come significantly further than the prior groups. Oh, and actually there was one other thing that I wish to bring up. The sword that... What did you say?
Oh, sorry. Those are all my
Oh,
questions.
that's all right. There was one other thing which I
think
know
John had
was
some, but I can't
yes,
remember
relating to
how he-
John's the sword that I dropped off when I was last here. John does not appear to have it in his inventory, but I know that there was a certain concern raised of something that had apparently been inscribed upon the blade. If you were to bring that to me, I could probably figure out what it says.
Yeah. Do you want me to go grab it? I can.
If you would not mind, thank you.
Oh, if I go. Yeah. Wrong button.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
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 Huh.
I guess we'll just stay here.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I hope that everyone has been doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as well as we can in this situation.
Indeed,
Better as we're
indeed.
getting more used to it.
Indeed. Well, hopefully it should be nearing its end. Once the Devourer is defeated, that should be you all's last threat, I would hope.
Oh. That's a very nice thought.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. There we go. Aha. See, now that... There is certainly something written there, which is odd, because there was not anything. There was not... Yeah, there was nothing inscribed there when I gave you all the blade. It's certainly recent, though the...
Yeah, I thought it was new. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, the underlying
I
heat of
figured
it...
maybe actually she was nibbling on it or something.
Huh, well, the underlying heat of it has definitely distorted it a little bit, though I can definitely make out the initial intention, though, well, doesn't offer much insight. It
back.
simply... Welcome back. The sword rather simply says, "Fear the Hydra," whatever that means. Though, well, I suppose I could offer a little bit more insight in relation
Whatever
to
that means. That
Well-
sounds
well,
very explicitly.
Yeah.
it is somewhat explicit in the sense that in my own looking into what all has been going on, particularly in that note that was received by the other group, likely from the Devourer, in particular the reference to heads of 9, it appears to reference the mythological Hydra, a being believed, well, to be a serpent with 9 heads, 1 head cut off, 2 more grow back in the old mythologies of those who
We're
existed.
fighting a Hydra.
I got
That's a
the
good
Hydra
question.
Part. The giving it the. It's my daughter
that's-
part is the.
Yeah,
part I'm
that
worried about.
I
Yeah.
don't have much of a distinct answer. There are 2 theories, I suppose. One avenue is that it was in some way, somehow put there in the same means that the note was given to the other group via, well, likely the Devourer. Alternatively, since I don't believe the Devourer actually does have any sort of access to the manor, unless any red corruption has been let in, then I would say that there's a much higher likelihood that in some way, somehow, it could be a warning from sin. That is the only other theory that comes to mind.
I mean, Sin doesn't have access to standards.
No, he doesn't,
He
though
would be-
his
oh.
sin does have... I mean, his masks are here, and he does have a sort of... Well, he does have a capacity to manifest himself beyond his physical shape, even if it is severely limited, and honestly, such level of crypticness...
Yeah, one time actually, he came to me. Actually, a few times. So I believe.
So
Sorry,
it
that
could...
could.
Yep.
Like that.
It could
I don't know if
potentially
it's enough for
be-
anyone else.
Yeah, it could certainly be a warning from sin. Honestly, I believe that is a more appropriate way of interpreting it than anything
sure hope it
explicitly
is.
malicious, though in
Maybe
relation
we'll have
to...
talk to him about speaking to us through
Uh-huh.
not being scary around the pub, but he does
Indeed.
like to be cryptic in
Indeed.
those scary sorts of ways.
Though I will say, in particular, the Hydra reference, I would imagine that is in some way referring to the Devourer that you all are intending to combat. I don't see anything else that would quite meet the same description, especially not when the same, well, heads of 9 appeared in the message, presumably from the Devourer, so I would imagine that it is simply, well, a warning of what is to come in some degree.
And is it on the sword, like a language that only you could understand?
Well, no, it's simply distorted, unfortunately. It's very, very small and very, the heat of the sword has distorted the specific language. I can directly interpret the initial intention of what was written, to a limited degree, to the point of understanding the words, regardless of any damage, because, well, it's difficult to exactly explain how I perceive the world, but suffice it to say that regardless of the damage and distortion of what's actually written, I can understand it.
Yeah.
But yes, I will throw that back as well.
I mean, given whatever sin or otherwise was able to inscribe that on the sword, seemingly while Sunny had it or was around, do you think our pups are safe?
Well, all things considered, the manor is the safest place that anyone can be as of current, and I can say that with a great deal of certainty, because the manor appears to be the only place that's not been directly impacted by the Devourer in any regard, and, well, considering how aberrant the Devourer is acting, and even with all of this, taking into account the evidence that you all have gathered, I would still say that the manor is the safest possible place, and it will be a great deal safer once the Devourer is, of course, dead, but for the time being, there's no safer place that they could be.
And, I think the sun was a thing. That... And
that...
Do we know any more information about that in the Devourer?
Well, all that I can say is that certainly in my limited perceptions, once again, the great deal of corruption coming from the Devourer has limited my perception significantly. I will say that it's certainly, the sun is definitely a very powerful source. I would not be surprised if the sun is currently where the Devourer has manifested a physical shape somewhere within there, and it's still feeding off of the surrounding planets, but particularly your sun would be a target, so that makes sense within my understanding, though once again, this Devourer has acted nothing but aberrantly,
and maybe
to my
why it's
understanding.
so cold all the time?
There is a high likelihood of that as well. As I've said before, the Devourer's effects do ripple through time itself. Is a being of such size simply impacts things temporally as well as physically, so that is one theory, though my perception now is better than it was before, but even now I cannot fully guarantee, though that does seem to make the most sense, and that is certainly what John believes.
It all kind of seems to tie together.
Indeed, it does all sort of tie together.
Yeah, I guess I was hoping after the Horned King it would, be over, but I guess if this is bigger than that.
Unfortunately, this is larger and rather unforeseen, all things considered, though, well, I can certainly speak to you all more in time once I fully understand, but I do believe that this should be you all's last mission from me. My initial intention of a further mission beyond this being your last has fallen away. I still haven't quite gotten the specifics of what exactly happened, but suffice it to say that this should be your last mission from me. Once the Devourer is dead, the world should hopefully be safe from such threats, and we should be able to move ahead with, well, wrapping things up accordingly with your time spent here.
Well, that's good news. Whatever purpose we were put here for being observed.
Do we get to just, keep living, I guess, in the other
well,
world when everything's all better?
That choice will be left up to you all. You will have a few options ahead of you. Some of it depends on exactly how the Devourer is defeated, and I certainly have full intention to explain in more detail once the time is appropriate, when I can safely physically appear before you all and get into the specifics, but you will have options as to what happens next for yourselves.
Will some of those options include us being together?
Oh, certainly. I don't intend to separate you all. You will, have as much choice as I can give you in relation to what happens next, but once again, that will need to be figured out with time, and when I do have more time to speak. As it is, I am unfortunately stretched thin in attempting to help the other group as well as help you all, but we are nearing an end. There is an end in sight.
Did they all get back safe?
Yes, they all returned to their fortress, and they are safe. As safe as they can be, at least. Well, compound could be another word. They have sort of coalesced their living spaces into a large and impressive sort of place for themselves.
Wow.
Is ours not impressive?
Well,
Yeah, we've
I
done
mean,
that with here.
they do certainly pride them in the particular impressiveness. I am impressed by how much you all have been able to survive in the manor in its current state of decay. So, good on that.
Thank you.
I'll take it, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah. We live comfortably, even here.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Pups are fed.
Make it
I'm
home.
glad to hear that. Although, well, I should be going before I expend too much of myself. I will wish you luck on your further endeavors. And, actually, one last thing. Though I am certainly very much stretching myself thin in all of this, I want to see this through as much as you all do, and thus you have my protection of your items for the time being. Until the Devourer is dead, if you die, you shouldn't lose your things, which did already kick in while you were in space, as I'm certain that you all noticed, but you have my continued protection for the time being.
Thank you, Atlas. I know that
Thank you.
No
means a
problem.
lot.
Indeed, I am glad to be able to help. Though, once again, if I am to continue to keep up such protection, I should not spend an excessive amount of time talking. So I will go. But once again, if you need me, you do have the button. You can reach out that way, or alternatively, John can sort of indirectly do what he does. But the button does serve its purpose.
Speaker block. Ring Atlas PLS pickup 3WW.
Oh.
Just do that to all the pups too. If anyone ever needs anything, please push it.
Indeed. Anyway, though, unless there are any further questions, I should be leaving you all. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck out there, Atlas.
Thank you. Good luck to you all. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye,
Stay safe.
Willow. Thank you.
Bye.
Bark.
Welcome back, John.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh boy. I am certainly back, and that was, well, an enlightening conversation in a lot of regards. I do appreciate that. I'm glad that Atlas didn't disagree with my theories. That's appreciated, though, in all honesty, he doesn't appear to have a super great understanding of the sciences, so it isn't saying a whole lot in any regard. But that's okay, because I do think that we are very much on the right track, and Atlas, in his sort of roundabout way, has confirmed that to some degree. Though, well, not entirely certain what to make of the repeated Hydra references in relation to what we are going to be combating, but that's alright. We'll approach it accordingly. Though I do believe that we should all start to prepare ourselves if we're going to make our way into the fracture to gain the necessary samples for bait. In particular, I believe that, honestly, the best example of untainted red corruption are likely those mosquitoes that we've seen within the fracture before, especially considering that's what Rain saw while the other group was in the overworld, meaning that they are directly connected to this red part of the corruption within the fracture. So if we can find some of those and get appropriate samples, unfortunately any samples left in the overworld that or ones that we brought here wouldn't work because they've definitely been tainted by now. We're going to need something from there, something from them, and probably going to want to keep it in a silver backpack if we still have any of those in order to prevent any undue contamination. Do you have a silver backpack?
Maybe. I could
Yeah.
check my stuff.
Alright, yeah. If we do have one, I know that at one point Mouse did get one, and they are said to have anti-corruption sort of properties, so we're going to want to, you know, pack away any samples that we get into such a backpack, and then, go from there.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, I'm in the house really quickly
We'll
looking.
book it.
Alright.
Set up.
I do.
Oh, you do? Wonderful.
Yes, I'm gonna empty it. Question mark?
Okay, yes, please do empty it. I doubt that we'll need that many samples, but having space will be appreciated. Little...
I'm gonna dump the stuff in this chest for now.
A little bit concerning, all of that regarding Sin's mask, but guess there's not really anything that we can do about it either, so...
I'm sorry.
Before that, huh?
Oh, this is my
Okay. What was I getting? Oh, yes, I was going to deal with my tiredness. Assuming Atlas is correct, I should be able to just not lose my items. Alternatively, I could also wait a few more minutes and then reset it once we get into the overworld where I could sleep. That seems wise. I should at least glance more at my samples before... Huh. And, same thoughts. Bit of red, bit of blue. Just same thing as I thought out there. I guess that we'll have a little bit more time before facing off with this thing to analyze and make sure that I'm right, but for the moment, this is the appropriate course of action.
Appreciate using it as a sample for now.
I mean,
Alright. Oh, could also check on Mouse. Bark bark?
Bark, 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 bark.
Hey, how are things going down here?
I saw that mouse disappeared, so I came down here.
Ah,
Mount her here.
I hope that things are still well.
I accidentally smacked the arm trying to break the crate.
Ah. Is it still safe? Is it still alright?
Yeah.
Good, good. I do, as a heads up, I do believe that we're likely going to need it for, well, today's conversion once we transfer the strong red corruption to strong blue, or at least we're going to need the blocks that it places in particular. So, just as a warning, it shouldn't, you know, do anything to harm it. It wouldn't alter its physiology because we aren't going to be dealing with any samples strong enough to disrupt such harmony, though, as a heads up, we're definitely going to at least need to use the room. The worm itself does not need to be specifically present, but using the room. Yeah. Is it still in good health?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
I mean, it's
Probably
Hi.
bedtime.
Yeah,
it's acting
okay.
a little.
you can
It seems to be
you
acting
can
a
go
little
over,
different.
Angel, this way. There's yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because this is covered in
Yep.
obsidian.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yep, that's alright. What were you saying, Mouse? Mouse?
Seems to be acting a little different than normal.
Huh. Well, it could simply be that it is
I don't know.
growing alternatively. It could, well, you know,
Yeah.
simply be becoming a little bit rambunctious after so much containment. Regardless, I take it that you've, well, been taking appropriate care of it, so as I said, we will need these blocks at least, and definitely the room when it comes to converting and creating our bait later on, but...
There are 22 in here.
yeah, that'll be more than enough for the test. But thank you, Mouse.
Where did you get these?
Someone gave it to me. On the other side.
Oh, are you talking about the cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, that was gotten from a member of the other group, Abby, I believe her name was.
Abby, yeah. Oh, I'm bad with names.
That's understandable.
Oh, here's
Thank you,
your
Angel.
Oh, thank you,
It
thank you.
has Atlas on it, but
That's all right.
honestly, wood here doesn't.
And honestly,
Fair enough.
it actually I would imagine that the outer layer tint should actually offer, even if it is minuscule, some additional protection and stabilization for what we need, so that is appreciated.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know you had a dress.
Oh yeah, I got it more recently. Haven't yet.
Oh, that's
I have a
interesting.
navy.
I haven't named it yet.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's nice to have some company in here.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, Mouse, we are pretty much gearing to head out, so I don't know how much of the... Alright, yeah, I don't know how much conversation you heard, but if you have anything to help in the fracture, any heat res or fire res, that would be appreciated.
I have 4 heat resistance and 5 fire.
Alright, yeah, that should be good. Thank you.
I have 7 cold resistance potions.
Hey!
It's appreciated. Unfortunately, we won't exactly have any.
I looked, I was like, I definitely have no.
That's alright. That's alright.
Hey, are we gonna bring potions to this thing?
Mouse has potions, heat and
Not
fire
many.
res.
Okay.
Yeah, if we have any more, we can
How
scrounge
many?
them together, though, honestly, we'll probably not want to use them unless absolutely necessary, because I do know an area in the fracture that has those mosquitoes, or at least it did as of the last time that I was in there, which, granted, there's a good chance that's changed since then, but I do know a general area that has a lot of them, and there isn't any lava on the way, or any particular hot spots. It was one of the exploration trails that I used to go along, so
Do we
should...
have any magma paste?
I
Magma cream?
I'm not sure. I don't think so, unfortunately. There's none that I'm aware of.
But check.
Just because I only have 4 heat resistance potions, there are more than 4 of us.
Yeah, that's fair. If we can find any more, then
We have
wonderful.
magma glass.
Ah,
I wish we could just bring buckets of snow or something, or snowballs.
Hmm.
It seems so simple.
yeah, unfortunately, such things... Well, nothing's simple with the fracture, and
Yeah,
considering...
actually,
That's
do
my
I have...
class.
Hmm?
I think I have some cooling stuff.
Yeah, we can get that. I would personally... I can volunteer not to do heat res. That's alright
I
with
have
me.
a cooling 7 book.
I'll be fine with not getting the potion, I think.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
I don't want to take my sweater off, so if that means I die, I die. But I will try not to.
I mean,
That's
our
alright.
stuff is clung to us, so.
Yeah, our
Oh, it
things
is?
should be... oh, yes, Atlas
Oh,
did
you
inform
ran
us.
off, right.
Yep, we're going to have his protection until the Devourer is dead, which honestly is a little bit frightening that he's, well, willing to do something that seems to be so expensive to him for such a significant period, but it helps us, so it's appreciated.
Helps him, so.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it also helps us because Devourer are bad, and getting rid of Devourer is how we get rid of the anti-corruption. Yes, that's the intention, and honestly, it's probably, at this point, with the anti-corruption so bad in our world, this is destroying the Devourer, spreading its blue corruption so as to neutralize and get rid of the effects of the red and get things back to how they used to be, is probably, honestly, the only way to approach it without a significant amount of blue, which we simply do not have. So,
Right.
yeah. Anyways, though, I'm more or less
Well, I'm
ready to head
go.
out.
Oh, I should probably put away this space station thing.
Oh,
We
yeah,
have
yeah.
pre-adjusted cooling
Or-
books up here.
Who
I
is
keep
in...
forgetting that our stuff is gonna stay.
Oh
I'll just put it in
my.
my backpack. What? You good?
Oh, Yora, have you noticed there's a manor
Oh,
mimic
yeah.
just riding the roller coaster?
Oh, yeah,
No?
he's
What?
down there. Don't mind him.
In this morning, and he was
looks
in there, and
dizzy.
he didn't want to leave. And
Yeah,
yeah.
Gosh, how did he even get down here?
he's having a good
God.
time.
The pups are
I-
enjoying
I-
watching. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Entertainment.
I mean, he does
for
seem a
them, I
little smaller than the other ones. Maybe
Maybe.
yeah, maybe he...
a young mimic.
I don't fully understand their life cycle, so I have no idea, but he's
Do we have a
happy
name
and
tag?
healthy, apparently.
We should definitely give him a name.
I
we
think
do.
so. I kind of want to name him
Do you
Daredevil.
think they
I
like
don't know about
eggs?
you
Have
guys.
we tried that yet?
Daredevil. I love it.
That's a fair
Daredevil
name.
indeed. Blossom, where did you go?
Yeah, we're naming.
Yeah, apparently.
If you want, that was my just first name. I also want to
Mhm.
find Pat when all of this is over because I feel like he deserves it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Who?
Pat. Yora, I have
The
a name
Newt.
tag.
oh, the newt.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure that we'll have plenty of time to deal with such things once we tend to
Look, Blossom,
more
you
pressing
don't need to go
matters.
into the house. I know you're restless.
Welcome to the Pup Squad, Daredevil. How do I? Oh, I can stop him like that. Oh no, I
You
can't
and
name
Taro
him. Okay,
and Sunny gonna hang out? Right.
hold still. Hold still. There you go. And back in the
I'm
coaster
gonna
you
grab
go, hopefully.
I'm
There you
ready to. I can meet you guys.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I know. Uncle John looks funny in his in his spacesuit, huh? You should see Yora in it.
Hmm.
In hers.
Hey.
He's a little.
Okay, his name is
smaller than
Daredevil
she
now,
looks
so
all
he
that
shouldn't disappear.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, should probably also store the potion that I got from Rain. Where's the staircase?
Oh.
Got something from Rin?
Yes,
potion
actually, we
bad?
had a bit of an exchange. I gave her one of my samples of mimic venom, and she gave me a potion of suffocation, which is an odd one to say
she
the
did say that.
least. So, well, I'm certain that I'll be able to figure out some sort of a use for it.
I'm sorry.
Ours
Yeah,
is
Rain
pretty
was
brief. Abby
busy,
just seemed
but-
pretty interested in seeing what we were, our corruption, and we weren't giving her a lot of stuff that included mouse. Maybe that's why she tried to take her? I don't know.
No, that worries me. I mean, I mostly hung out with Alex.
Bark, bark, mouse, around here. Bark, bark. Nope, not here. I just hope that she's alright. Well, I mean, I know she's around somewhere, but hope she's hanging in there. Alright.
It's hard to tell if it's just because of the hair.
John
Her
said
hair
Oh.
she
kinda...
might have
John said
been
what?
a little bit taller, but I
I think the
Oh.
hair would make her taller.
Are we
think if
talking
you guys
about
were
Rain?
both soaking wet.
Yes.
okay, but what if I
Um,
like put my
super
goggles a little bit more on my forehead, like?
I would say that Rain was almost certainly taller.
Really?
Okay,
Just-
it
just
wasn't
from my
asked for
interpretation.
your opinion.
Okay, hold on.
I mean,
hold on.
it's
Yora,
entirely
stand
possible.
there
It could be
as
a
tall as you can.
posture thing too.
Mm-hmm,
I still
certainly.
Hold your head high. Oh, you
Stand
do.
straight. Yeah, I think Rain's like a light, like maybe half an inch taller.
I don't know. We'll have to see if we ever get you two in the same room. We'll press
Uh-huh.
all your fur down, and then we'll know for sure. But I'll
Yeah,
I'll
we
leave it
can
open.
Okay.
certainly figure that out once.
I'm
well,
sure she would.
you
be
know,
willing.
honestly, once the Devourer is dead, I'm not opposed to trying to I don't know, meet the other group more properly. Perhaps not Abby, considering,
Maybe, yeah,
but
maybe
at least
not
some of
that
them.
one, but
At least not Abby without the others
The
around. I don't
Alexes
know.
seem-
or just
Still.
telling her who's boss. I mean, that could also.
I mean,
work.
certainly, there would be
hate
ways to
Do
deal
that.
with
Sounds great.
that accordingly.
But both the Alexes seemed pretty.
Oh, the Alexes were lovely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that. They were very nice.
Yeah.
They seemed
Icarus was mostly grumpy about
not
his
like Rain very much.
machine, but
Mm-hmm.
oh, I think they like Rain. I think that it's. I don't think I understand Rain or their relationship with Rain.
I don't know. All the letters that I got from Alex were of.
Oh, really?
Huh.
It's
My
weird.
letters from the other Alex give her a bit more credit, but also, yeah, there seems to be something there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should have a book club with our letters at some point, if if you're willing. Not to like be sharing what they wrote, but
I don't know. It might be useful now that we know Abby is a wolf stealer. Whatever.
I guess I didn't give not trusting them a moment's consideration. Maybe that's something I need to do more often, but
Yeah, that's fair. I'm
Yeah,
certain we'll,
but
have time to figure out how to deal with such things.
I'm ready to go if you guys
Oh,
are.
Yeah, I believe that
Yeah.
Angel is still getting herself prepared.
Ah,
Actually,
make sure everything I have is.
yeah, she's somewhere around, but let's just make sure that we're all ready to go. We can sort of gather up by the door and then go from there.
That sounds
That
good.
sounds good.
All right.
We'll be good pups.
Yes, everyone, please be good while we are out. This should not take long.
Just staring
October
at
does
you.
not look like she'll be good, but
Well,
she looks like she'll be how she normally is.
yeah, she does that.
She's staring at you, Eloise.
I know. We're having a staring contest, but she doesn't have eyes, so
Who
I'm
will
assuming
win?
she's
Who
winning.
will win?
Well, I'll definitely blink first.
Yep. All right. See
Okay.
if there's anything else that I'm going to need. I have the silver backpack, so we should be good in that regard. Yeah, no, I'm pretty much ready to go. I can go stand by the door.
Alright, yeah, I'll meet you up there.
Ooh, still, I'm going to need to research these, but that's okay. We can take time to do that.
Research what?
Oh, the samples. I'm lamenting the fact that I am not exactly going to have much time before we head into the fracture, though honestly, I doubt that at this point there's much that could make all my theories wrong, though definitely before fighting the Devourer I'll definitely need to put in a bit more, time into looking these over with appropriate equipment to make sure that,
Oh, do you
there
want to see what
aren't any
me and Eloise
surprises.
did with our stuff?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just while we're
Oh, we're
waiting.
gonna
on
show
this
him?
one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that little room. It's cool.
Yeah, I needed a place to set the spacesuit without it getting all wrinkled, so.
Yeah, I think all the other spacesuits are slightly in the wrinkled category.
Oh, that's fair. I do what I can, though.
It's just back here.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Got a snowball from Mercury and
Uh-huh.
Ches. I don't know why it was named that. I got it from
Yeah,
Abby, so.
It happens. Huh. Yeah, this is nice. An appropriate display. Probably, I'll eventually take the time to put our stuff on display as well, but, for the moment, we're a little pressed for time.
Gosh.
Exactly,
Even
yeah.
the concept of displaying such things. I mean, Atlas said this really might be over soon.
Yeah, I know. That's
Can't even
daunting.
process.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it only makes sense that we're, getting towards an end, to all of this, but I do believe that Atlas will give us the appropriate answers once we are done with the Devourer, but for the moment, for the moment, we've got to save the world again. So,
Yeah.
That's true. And ourselves and whatever else we're saving that we don't even know
exactly.
about yet, I guess.
Oh dear, there's a drop there. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's a track for you. I know.
Oh,
Eloise talked
oh,
about
actually, you
having
make a
the zoomies when you
very
lived with
fair
them.
argument. Actually,
It's a good
make a
little loop.
very strong argument.
Yeah, it's just a little more compact of a loop. And if
It
you lay it
is-
on the table, you might not take as
Yeah.
much.
No, it's all
Aim
right.
for the table.
No, he likes it.
No, this is good. Oh,
Oh, we're in
hi.
our
We're
den.
in-
You're welcome to come in, Willow.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're running laps.
I just want to ask
Yeah, we're running laps. You know,
permission before I come in.
oh, that's polite. I don't usually do laps. Maybe I should.
Oh no, just don't injure yourself.
Yes, please do try to avoid injuring yourself.
Eloise and Jora, I have a slice of cheese for each of you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, this looks like the cheese from...
Yes.
Oh,
Abby
I
cheese.
slightly picked it up.
John stole it.
Oh no, that was accidental. There's the cheese.
Here.
Okay, there you go.
And put some on the shelf.
Oh,
Very nice.
Oh,
very,
so
very
I'm
nice.
not allowed to put chicken on the wall, but you can put cheese on? I see.
Chicken is rotting,
Turtle.
dead
yeah, I'm
poultry.
gonna have to agree with Eloise on this.
I'm gonna get in there with the
But
turtle.
cheese will also... You know what? I give up. It's fine.
But cheese, like, is moldy in the beginning. Like, it's... I don't know.
No.
You know, I think
necessarily.
Jora's right.
Why are you in Abigail's tank?
Because I want to see the turtle.
Did you not? Did
She
you
needs
not hear
company,
him
it's
saying
okay.
he was gonna
It's not
go
a
be in with the
turtle.
turtle?
It's a tortoise, I think.
Yeah,
I'm a man of science. I think I would know.
Yeah, it's a leopard tortoise.
Poor
She
Abigail.
looks a little...
She looks a
nervous.
little...
Yeah, you know, there are a lot of
Very
people.
shy.
There are a lot of people in this
Very-
tank.
I know we kind of built our living room to kind of just watch her from a distance so she's comfortable.
Yeah, it's tortoise
That's
observation.
She's
fair.
Very,
That's
yeah,
fair.
she's very active when
Uh
she
huh.
doesn't think we're close by.
Oh, now she's
She's
all
a good
happy
cat.
and, like, all...
Yeah.
Yeah. She can't even see me. I don't have eyes.
She seems curious about mouse.
She
I
can't
don't
see you
think
because
that's how
you
it
don't
works.
have eyes.
Yes.
It's just one
I
way
can
glass.
still see you.
Okay.
Yeah, John,
You
I think
can?
it's because
You
it's
don't need
glass.
the cheese.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
What would you think if Angel couldn't see you
Well, that would be. Ooh,
all this time?
that would be
eyes. Did you know that?
unfortunate. I
Can
mean,
you see?
at this point, I would have imagined that she could see me. So I would hope that
But
Angel
you don't
can
have
see me.
eyes.
No, I
Yeah, you
don't,
have
which
eyes.
is.
How could she see you?
Oh, you make a strong argument there, Jora. You make a strong argument.
That'll be the kind
Uh-huh.
of science we can do. And
Yes, we
this is
can
all over.
we can
And I look
figure
forward
all
to it.
that out once we've saved the world. So that
Exactly.
would be smart.
exactly.
Oh,
Oh my
well.
gosh, you put Booger in here? Oh, good man.
Oh yeah, they did
Oh.
not
Yeah,
want to
they
be
really want
in
it
the
out.
crate.
All our crated animals are still in this back chest, though. All the
Ah.
Probably
cats,
make this a
were
little bigger. Like, it seems
glow
like...
squid.
Yeah, I come and feed them, and
Yeah, they're happy.
they play together, which
Mhm.
is nice.
What is
Maybe
this?
some more
That is
lighting.
good. That is
yeah,
good.
That's what I was just wondering.
What is
Oh, it's
actually.
Chef.
Knock, knock, hello.
Oh, hello,
Oh,
bark,
welcome.
bark.
Come on in.
Oh,
Yep, we were
Although Andrew
just
will be on our
looking
way
at
out.
all the animals before we head out.
John was running some laps.
Yes, I was doing
Let's do a
that.
little room over here.
Oh yeah, I think I was gonna make that into something, but I forgot to.
That's okay.
Anyway, though,
Boys.
if we did want to, well, move towards heading out, I hate to cut such
Oh,
festivities
okay.
short, but, well,
Oh, you guys are welcome over anytime.
yeah, of course, we'll, hopefully have a lot to celebrate very soon, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Alright.
we ready to go now?
Yep, let's head over and go through the same process. We should be able to take off our mimic skin once we're within the fracture, because I doubt that the sort of unstable levels of the anti-corruption that we see within the overworld would actually be able to survive the environment of the fracture, meaning that we should be able to simply not have to deal with mimic skin while we're in there. So, that's fortunate, if nothing else.
That's good at least.
Mhm.
Alright.
Anyway, though, I will. Oh, hey, if we could have somebody open the lever, please.
Oh, yeah. Is it
I
open?
opened it.
It is open.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will.
That was me.
Or also thank
I
you,
was
Mouse.
wrong, but- Is everyone in?
Is everyone in? Good question. Is everyone in?
I
One,
am now.
2. Angel?
Well, we got
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I walked far away as I was talking.
That's all right.
The water in the fracture, I can't remember.
Yeah,
There's none, right?
there is
I
one.
thought there
Actually,
Yeah, we're gonna want to take a
yeah,
big...
we're going to want
I
to
grabbed my
take.
bucket.
did we turn off the lava?
Did we?
I
Yeah,
can't
nope. The
remember.
heat is still on. I'll go turn that off. But actually, thank you, Mouse. But we're gonna want to bring canteens. We won't be able to place water. It's too hot.
Did I just...
Although there is actually
I have 6 full canteens.
that works as well. There
You
is
have 6?
actually a particular spot within the fracture where I was able to find a spring that is on the way while we're heading out to the spot where I know the mosquitoes naturally are. There is a spring on the way, which I know is very strange considering the fracture, but we will be able to fill up like halfway there if necessary.
Okay.
Why can't I put this backpack in this bag?
Sorry, I am right there.
All right. Okay.
Is everyone else up there?
Yep. We're all.
We've got... Oh, I've been trapped.
Oh.
Oh, we're good. Okay.
Now we're good. You can.
Sugar berry as well.
Yeah, we can bring some sweet berries if necessary, though we're all just gonna want to take a nap as soon as we're through on the other side.
Let me go grab those real quick.
Alright.
Really should have made this hallway bigger.
Yeah, but I didn't exactly...
I don't think we
Materials
considered
for the
Yeah.
all of us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We didn't really have the materials to make it bigger. We like
Fair
ran out
point.
of
Yeah.
We were pretty
slate
low on
right
deep slate.
as, like that was all we had.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, if everyone has their mimic skin on, we can open the door, head
Oh,
through.
we're waiting on Willow.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Willow also has the key, so
Ah, fair point, fair point.
couldn't leave her even if we wanted to.
Somebody's
Waiting
missing
on
a helmet.
Lily.
Oh, is any... I'm not... That's not me.
Yeah, I've got my helmet on.
There's just a helmet here.
Die in here? Is that? So,
Somebody probably
There's
ate
no
something.
sulfur.
That's scary.
Carbon.
Yeah, it's carbon, meaning that we'll actually need to move that before we can open the door.
Okay. I'm back.
Everyone make sure that they have full mimic skin on. Okay, now we have a leaf stuck there
You
instead.
have your helmet, Willow.
Could someone... Oh, did
Yes.
someone get... Okay, leaf is gone. Good.
Jora, do you have your helmet? Why
Okay.
is there an extra helmet?
I don't know. We were encountering some
put it
issues with
there.
with the spacesuits sort of
Bring it.
seeming to
Oh,
duplicate as
yeah.
well. So could
No,
be
it's
something to
still
do
on
with
there. It's still on the weird
coming
stuff
Devourer,
stand,
but
so I don't know.
that's okay. As long as everyone knows that they have full mimic skin on right now, we should be good to
Okay,
head out.
Yeah.
All right.
let's go.
Okay, so first order of business
Oh.
is
Oh, right back.
resting. So
We wanna set our spawn.
yeah, actually there is a bed next to the fracture, so we should probably want to do
Oh,
it there.
right. Okay.
That's a good idea.
I think I lost my sleeping bag.
Now you can have mine in just a moment.
Patient. Yeah. No rush.
Oh, or I just picked mine up.
Actually, I might have an extra one in the backpack. I'm gonna quickly check. That's the wrong backpack. I do, and now I have 2. I mean 3 actually.
No, I don't have mine.
There.
There we
Okay.
go.
Now we're good. Oh dear. Now I have an.
Did I
Where
do
are
that?
they all coming from?
Did that.
Okay.
This is
Oh
definitely
dear. I just
Brian's
picked up
plan.
yours. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait out my
And I
tiredness
think
before I
Jora
get up
picked
again.
up mine.
Yeah, it happens. We'll get
Wait,
them sorted out.
Sleep at night. Oh.
Yeah, if you don't have enough
No
tiredness,
longer
then
nighttime.
you won't be able to rest.
I'm probably not then. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, is my tiredness through? Yes. Okay, Jora, I have your sleeping bag there. And I have 2 white ones, which I'm assuming one of those is mine. Oh dear.
no.
Oh!
Yep. Someone took damage. It happens.
Who smacked me?
I was in the chest.
Yep. That's okay.
Throughout the
John, do you
sleeping
think it's
bag.
okay?
Yeah. It should be just fine because it. Ow.
Okay.
Even being in close proximity to the door,
Johnny,
there was nothing
just-
living. Yeah, just deal with it accordingly. Everybody, separate.
I don't have any of this soup on.
I think I'm clear.
Yeah, let's
Stay
just
still.
wait it out a little bit. Everyone stand still.
Yeah, let me move. I can move.
Are you eating, Angel?
Oh,
I should be, right? Or
eating.
Yeah, you're gonna need to get back to full health.
okay. I am. Mm-hmm.
And if you guys are too close to each other, you're just gonna keep reinfecting each other.
Yeah, please do separate.
Wait till you're full health and then eat.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I eat it, feels like
Yeah,
you need to
just
get to full health.
Really
You
don't
need to
like
eat to get to full health.
yeah. You need to just eat to get the full health. Wait it out. Make sure that you're wearing full mimic skin.
Okay, I'm good, so I'm gonna head downstairs.
I'm good as well.
Jora, I have
Looking
your
outside, I
sleeping
don't
bag.
think anything. I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, I'm
about
not
it.
seeing anything either. So
You're right here. Your sleeping bag.
Thank you.
Mouse, could you toss her that helmet just in case hers has gotten cracked or if it's not functioning as intended?
yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't
it's a
get
little
closer.
weird.
It's in front of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right.
We had the extra.
Mm-hmm. That's what that's for. Oof.
Okay, are we good?
I'm not yet, but.
Okay. Almost
It's
there.
okay. Patience is the way to do this.
Indeed.
Right.
All right. Just let us know once it's clear. Okay, cool.
Okay, let's get moving.
All right. If you'd come down the stairs, I think that's the safest way to get down.
Okay. To look from the inside.
No, it's
You
outside.
mean down the inside stairs?
Yeah,
down
those
the inside
ones. Yep.
stairs.
Okay.
Come in, Eloise.
Oh, I hear a crow.
Okay, we all here?
Okay, yeah, once we have everybody,
let's go.
Okay, I know the direct route to the fracture, just everybody follow close behind. We may need to build with some blocks, but we should hopefully be fine.
Yeah, watch out for water. Take time if you need.
Yep.
Probably should have brought blocks.
Yeah, I think I have, that's the wrong
Here, do you
backpack.
want-
I've got 2 stacks of manor planks.
I have leaves, if necessary. So,
Yeah, I've got that.
I'll cut down a tree quick.
Everyone stay together.
yep, everyone right this way.
I think Mouse decided to cut down a tree. She's not with us.
That works as well. Okay, do you have... Okay, now Mouse has
Okay.
wood. Wonderful. This way, folks. So, I don't know how the fracture will have altered. It seemed to have somewhat stabilized to some degree on the outside last time. Do watch out for the drop. Last time we were here, so I don't fully know what to expect, honestly. But we'll stay together. We'll, follow appropriate protocol. And we should be good. We can get off our mimic skin once we're inside of it.
Oh, I love this old forest. I'm glad it's seems to be doing well. At least the.
I'll actually hold out my sword so I glow, and we know where we're heading. Okay. Yep, this is the way. Okay, so we're gonna have to go on a little bit of a higher up over here. There's a ridge by the wall here. Just follow behind. I know Jora and I have definitely done this path a couple of times since this all started, but this way.
Careful of the water.
There is a little drop here with water. If anyone has any blocks, there we go. Thank you, Jora.
Excuse me, sir.
Angel keeping up?
Yeah, I think it has something maybe to do with the Devour or something, but I'm seeing like doubles and everything. It's
That's
weird.
okay. That's all right. It should.
Spelled off. I'm just.
Yeah, that's okay. It should hopefully clear once we're inside the fracture. We should at least to some degree be shielded from exterior impacts to that degree, even though technically the fracture.
You don't think that maybe it could reach us there?
Well, I mean, the fracture does seem to be to some degree an extension of whatever processes go on in its devouring, but. Actually, that's a pretty good question. I don't think that it will be exposed to the same
it's a
sort
good theory.
of.
I think it's very smart.
Yeah. I don't think that we'll be exposed to the same sort of external I guess even radiations of corruption that would be coming from outside our world that result in the quakes. Though honestly, the quakes could be coming from inside.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it is in fact on fire. Yeah.
Has it been on fire? Maybe.
I think it might have been on fire. Well, I don't remember who was the last couple of people to come here.
Last time we were there, it looked like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never been this way.
Well, I do have Frostwalker, so if everyone stays behind me, we can get over to the bridge that was made. Just watch out for holes.
That's a good idea. It could break before everyone's over.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Okay, let's just go.
Yeah, let's just be real quick.
Everyone,
be quick, stay close.
if we bump each other, we might.
Yep.
Yes, try to avoid bumping. We're almost... And do watch out for holes where seaweed comes up. Okay, I'm on the bridge.
This looks awful.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. But there is a bed in the building, so we can head in there.
Oh, maybe.
The building is
broken.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a bed.
Well,
right
actually,
here
there's
in
a
the
bed
water
here.
that we
Well,
can
let's move the bed
Yeah.
because it's currently not in exactly a great spot.
Okay, Eloise?
Oh.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bed is also in here. It's just
a lot.
all covered in flesh.
Yeah, well, actually, we can set up a bed in the farm area over here. Oh, I believe that you all mentioned this. You saw more of the growth inside the building, huh? But yeah,
Where the necklace
nine-headed thing was here.
Honestly, it probably picked up and sort of nested on that item after it was left behind. Very interesting.
Actually move the berries. I don't want them.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. Let's yeah, that's wise.
Just a little bit further away. Okay.
Okay, so everyone, if we would set our spawn at the bed, and let's see if we can pass the night, get all of our tiredness appropriate, and then go from there. Oh, Angel, do you still need a sleeping bag?
Yes.
Here.
Should we have not?
She can
sleep
also
when
Well,
we
I
do
mean,
wanna sleep?
actually,
She can also
yeah, the bed works. We all need to set our spawn and also pass the night,
I
so.
think you picked up my sleeping bag, Eloise.
Oh. That I did.
Yeah, I also think you.
I was all
mine.
cozy. There.
No, I don't have yours.
Oh, he's talking about.
I just have.
Eloise.
I don't have yours either. I just have yours twice.
Let me see if I can look around and find it.
Okay.
I do have a spare one if anybody needs one as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think it keeps.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is everybody sleeping?
Oh, sorry. We're trying to.
Yes, we're trying to pass the night.
Okay.
Okay, found it.
I am in a bed.
Yes, if everyone could please
So if
be in a bit. There we go. Wonderful.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, folks, so we are about to head into, hostile territory, so same protocols as always apply. Stick close, let anybody know if you see anything, and once we get samples from the mosquitoes, first thing, immediately we're going to need to get them into the silver backpack that I've got on me to avoid any further contamination.
Right.
We need it to be just
So we're looking
straight.
for samples
We need...
of them. We don't want to capture one or anything.
No, a live one would be of no use. We need something that is strongly red corruption,
Can't
but
bring it
not
through
of the
anyway.
but not of the volatile messiness that we have all throughout our world. We need something pure, just like honestly, something somewhat akin to that initial sample that I got. Just
There is a red
mosquitoes in
thing
particular. Oh,
on
where?
our bridge now.
That's to be dealt with later. For the moment, we're just going to
It's
hope
surrounded
that
by
it's...
water, so we could technically
Maybe
kill
I'll
it, but not right
drown,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, we can deal with that, but for the moment, through the fracture, weapons out, we don't know exactly what to find.
Yep.
What we will find, that is.
We got this. We're fine.
Indeed. Alright, is everyone good to go?
Eloise?
Careful, it gets really hot.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Oh. Oh. Oh, 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 oh,
What the?
oh. That's a little different.
What?
Oh, that's... Oh, gosh.
That is a
Oh,
lot
no.
different, actually.
Back out of the portal, Eloise.
Yeah, I just didn't know
There you
what
go.
direction to go.
Yep.
Oh my.
I think we're encased. We gotta...
Not entirely.
never mind.
We do have access, it's just... There's a lot of growth, a lot of the
This
same
is
obsidian
a
crystals
lot
that we
of-
saw on the outside, and a lot of the same, or at least similar
And
materials to those that we encountered in, on Venus, actually. These the same sort of
Let's all
things that were
stick
found
together, I
on Venus.
don't
Yeah, everyone
disagree
stay
I
close.
don't know where you guys went.
That one's
Watch for drops.
Oh, these were on Venus.
Yep, up here.
Oh, let's all switch out of our mimic skin. We should be fine to transfer into regular armor.
Okay.
Yeah, not feeling any adverse effects, so we should be shielded, or at least the unstable stuff really shouldn't be able to survive in here, so we should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so, oh, the whole boat. Yikes. Oh boy, let's, just sort of analyze the surroundings, and then I think I can still discern the way that that research path went. That'll take us
I'm
to...
not seeing you,
Where
John.
are you?
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't-
I'm holding out my sword now. Hi.
Oh.
Yeah, I was down the bottom of
There
the
you are,
boat,
okay.
seeing the extent of all of this. There's blackstone stalactites through here.
Can't even see the boat anymore.
Yeah, the whole thing's been disrupted. Honestly, I would say this is about as close to digestion as you can really reckon with everything getting converted like this, so... Huh.
I'm gonna collect
Okay,
some.
well, we should probably get moving. before
Yeah, we won't really need any particular samples, but anything that we can quickly pick up, let's just try to keep moving, though, because what we need is those mosquitoes. So, it is a bit of a winding path, but I think I should be able to get over to my research path if we all follow.
leave manor planks as trail.
Yeah, we can do that. Hopefully the path's still there. I'm not sure how well this place digests cobblestone, all things considered, but, well, let's hope that the cobblestone markers are still there.
Oh, there's the lava lake.
Yeah, this is the right way. Let's just wait for everybody to get together.
Then I see where we are.
Yeah, this is over to where we fought the bone serpent this way, which is the beginning of my previous path. So let's all stay
Still
close.
silver around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Be
Stick
careful.
close. There should be a staircase. There's a lot of blue, but yeah, there's a staircase through here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the remnants of a staircase at least. Most of it's blocked off, but if we stick close, we can get down. This is our little
Here's the
platform.
explosion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, oh dear, that is a lot of glowing obsidian. Oh, yeah, do watch out, it does get a bit warm in here.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah,
We should really
oh
get
boy.
moving.
Yep, I
Yeah,
agree.
I
Let's,
just-
Steady.
unfortunately, this bridge was
Eloise.
the way to where I need to get.
The sword.
Behind you, Eloise.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
everyone,
have
let's try to move
it.
across
Oh,
here
Thank you, mouse.
about as best as we can.
Is Angel here? Where's
Yeah,
Angel?
Yeah,
Angel's...
I'm here.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
in
so
the lead?
Just make sure to watch where you step. There's a lot of... No, I'm up front. Yeah, do watch out. There's a lot of...
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, there's a lot of holes in here, but this does... It appears that it's sort of crystallized on top of the path that went across the lava. So we should be able to follow this to where we need to get. Just watch out for holes. Oh, wow, that is an impressive... Honestly, if this wasn't such an urgent thing, I would be spending a lot more time sort of taking samples and studying all of this, because it is a fascinating growth. Oh, dear. Is everyone keeping up?
Do you think it completely swallowed your path because you've been walking on it? Like it's...
I mean,
was your corruption or
possibly it
something?
could have... The fact that it's a lot of blue here means that at one point there was a lot of red, and since the red eats
We're
through
gonna need to slow
standard...
down, John.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, since the red, at least the unstable red, eats through purple corruption in addition to normal things, it makes sense that it would sort of, to some degree, follow our path, though, once again, this stuff is lesser in its corruption, so, I don't know, ugh. If there was all the time in the world, we would study it, but we've got to, you know, learn what we can and get through. Well, let me know once everybody reaches the part where it turns.
Oh no, someone put a block over me.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, let's,
Okay.
do try to avoid encasing one another in.
Sorry, mouse.
There's fire coming up here.
Yeah, I don't think it's any more than just a plume. You should be able to walk through. You should be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, the staircase is right here.
Some of it's preserved, at least. It's all stick together.
Yeah.
And then even my original... Oh, yeah, there's a drop here, but the... Yeah, okay. My original path is a bit winding, so once we get up here, we can regroup again. But hey, my obsidian is still here. That's a good sign. Even though it's... Well, I mean, my cobblestone is still here, even though it's surrounded by obsidian. But, yeah, honestly, it does seem to sort of be following the path, at least in some of the worstness of it, so I'm certain that there's some sort of pattern there, but it's not like we have time to study, so...
Gosh.
You okay, Willow?
Yeah.
We've got a gas nearby. We're gonna wanna...
Yeah, let's, do...
My heart just dropped. We're good.
I'm glad you're alright.
Oh, this way.
This way.
Okay.
We got it?
Yeah.
There you are.
for watching out for me.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, there's even more of the flesh here. Yeah, it's all kind of everywhere, but there's more cobblestone here, so if we're all still together, just keep moving. There's more of these giant wart trees. Those certainly weren't there before. Oh, there is a bit of a drop here, but we can turn, so... Ooh, boy.
They're huge.
Yeah, we're going to need to run by some lava here, just around the bend. Oh dear, there's one of those drop bear things. Watch out for the hostile fauna. Okay, yours with us. Willow's leading the way, and the rest of them. There is a structure up ahead with those pig guys, so we're gonna want to regroup before passing that, because they are certainly hostile.
Okay. Wait.
1, 2, 3, 4. Eloise, Angel? Yep, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
We're all in the back. We're good.
Yep, let's all, we may want to go fast through here, because this is one of those structures. The whole thing seems to have almost melted to some degree, but there is one of those structures with the very angry pig guys, so just, follow.
All this happening.
Should be a bend right through here. Yep, and the cobblestone
Possible, I guess.
has miraculously remained. It's wonderful. Okay. Hearing things, but it's alright. Oh, stop. There's a very...
There are many holes here.
Yeah, let's everybody regroup, and then there seems to be a bridge up ahead. A lot of holes in it, though.
Oh, yeah. Careful.
Thank you, Jora.
We're gonna be able to find our way back, right?
Yeah, we just gotta follow the markers.
Should be.
Okay.
John managed to keep track of his trail through that big mess. I think we'll be fine.
Well, some of it does
As
go...
long as we have John.
Some of it does go into an inherent sense of
If
direction.
not, our items are
I was gonna say,
Yeah, that is
we all
unfortunate
could
thing.
Just
Yeah, though
Oh.
I would want to avoid as best as possible potentially accidentally contaminating any samples by dying with them on us, because death does tend to make things flare a little bit, so let's try to avoid that if possible.
This part is very, very thin.
Yeah, this
Careful
is
on it.
very, very
Outside of the
rickety.
manor, and we won't have our mimics.
what is?
Oh gosh.
Those aren't the mosquitoes, right? No, they're just.
Nope.
Red. Oh, it's a red flying thing. Is that one?
Nope, that's not the
No.
one. We're looking, they're like big mosquitoes, insects, really.
They're quite red, though. I wonder.
Yeah, they're likely somehow impacted, but particularly the fact that the mosquitoes
this
appeared in
stuff?
our world shows that they're inherently linked, and oh dear, there's a lot of magma glass here. Whole place is crystallized. If I'm right, there should be a hole in the wall somewhere around here. There was a tunnel that went onto the rest of the path.
Oh, we can't collect it.
Hole somewhere.
Oh, stuff is off-putting.
Indeed, there should be a hole. If
There's a
we can
there's
find.
a hole right
Oh,
here.
oh, yep, that should be it.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
my.
lava.
Let me.
This wasn't always
more
like this,
lava.
right?
No, certainly
Oh,
not.
Absolutely
Nope.
not.
Okay, I couldn't tell if maybe I was just didn't
There's
remember
lava
how
in the
scared
walls,
it was.
so
or-
going faster would probably be
This
good.
is really shifted.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a tree. That's a
Whoa,
very large
what are
tree.
That is not normal.
No, not at
What are
all.
those?
That's
That's
so
really
big.
cool, though.
Honestly,
Oh my
it,
gosh.
it actually looks like there's two trees. There's one of the fruit ones and then one of the willow ones. A big one, that is, but...
Whoa.
And,
It's me.
They're beautiful.
yeah, huh. That and, over this way, beyond the lava, is where that spring was that I was talking about, if we want to refill any canteens. At least I'll quickly go and refill mine. Huh. There's way more of the blue growth through here.
So. Wow.
Yeah,
You might
it's...
want to put back on your sword.
Yeah.
Wait, is this actual
Where are you, John?
Here,
actual spring? I didn't
into
know
the
this was
blue.
possible.
Yeah, into the blue area. There's, the spring's still here.
I'm in the blue area.
Over here,
I s-
Willow.
there
He
we
sounds a
go.
little louder if I go this way. There he is.
Yeah, there's, the spring's still here, so I guess that has some sort of a connection to all the blue growth through here, but,
Careful, hon.
yeah, let's,
Wow.
do try to be wary.
Well,
Oh,
wait,
damn.
is this actual water?
Yeah, I found it on one of my old expeditions. I don't know how exactly water
Can we
manages to exist in the
go in it?
fracture. I mean, I don't see any reason why not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Huh, so...
Go in this water?
Yeah, as I said, the fracture seems to be resistant to the sort of
Wow.
unstable varieties of corruption, the unstable red stuff that's currently ravaging our part of the
Oh, this
world.
little pool.
So this is well, a much more peaceful version of the similar process, I suppose. It's oddly captivating, all things considered.
Yeah.
Still, though, we
Kind
We
of like
sh-
a tunnel or something. behind
Yeah.
this floor.
I think I know the it's a little tough
What
to
is
get my
this stuff?
bearings.
Some sort of
What stuff?
cocoon?
Oh, I mean, it almost
yellow?
looks like something approaching like a big version of the willow torches, but that could be a bit of a stretch. I mean, it is on one of the red willow trees, so it being something to that effect isn't all that out of the question.
Very resistant.
Yeah. It's not letting me grab it.
Strange.
Oh. What is... There's a sulfire
Oh.
here.
Huh. That's odd.
Orange sulfire.
Strange.
Do you know if the other team came this far?
No, they have their own sort of fracture or rift or whatever they called it. So I don't imagine, I mean, perhaps there's distantly connect stars, but it'd be perhaps even further distant from, our place to theirs. So I doubt that they would have been able to come through here. Though, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they're feeling similar effects in their, in their own rift at this point.
It must be far. One thing that Alexander mentioned was that when we had an endless night,
Mm-hmm.
their sun never seemed to set, so they must be
Oh.
on the other side.
Yeah,
or
other side of the world.
some
Huh.
sort of
Where are you guys? I
very
don't.
far.
We are still on
Where'd you
the
go?
jumpy mushroom
I
things.
see Jora.
Yeah, I think
Okay, there
Willow's
you are.
drinking a little.
Yeah, Willow's
Yeah,
taking a
she's
moment, but
enjoying
that's
the
all
water.
right.
Taking a second to cool down.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta wash your fur.
It's overwhelming.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this whole place, it's... Ugh, honestly, I could spend a lifetime studying this,
Alright,
but there are more pressing matters.
Holes are making me nervous.
Yeah, alright, are we all ready to continue forward? I think I should still be able to follow the path.
Yes, I am.
Alright, if everyone regroups back past the lava towards the magma glass, the path
Whoa.
does
Jumpy
seem to
things might
carry.
launch you into this lava, so be careful.
Yeah, please, everyone avoid, do
yeah.
our best to avoid the lava. Wow. Okay, once everyone's together, there should be, okay, my staircase is still here, down towards the cobblestone. I've got markers all along the old path, and, ooh, that is a big tree. Very, very big tree.
Yeah. Very big tree.
There's even more of the glowing
Bigger than the
obsidian.
redwoods back at home.
Indeed. Once again, I would love to study this, but...
kind of looks like the original stuff, yeah.
It's a smooth path you can run.
Uh-huh. So, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the glowing obsidian was really our first interaction with the red corruption. Obviously, a more stable variant than what is currently ravaging our world, but considering its prevalence here, it's definitely a big part of the digestion process. Huh.
Could be worth grabbing a sample.
Yeah, if anybody has a Neptunian pickaxe and wants to grab a little bit of the glowing,
I do.
I believe it cools down, unfortunately. Also, the path does veer right over here.
Right.
Oh boy, a lot of crystal growth through here.
Oh, wow.
My understanding is correct, we should be almost there. But, whoa, that's... I'm gonna actually get a little higher, get a little better look. There's a lot of
This is a
crystal
lot.
growth. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
There's cobblestone that way, John.
Yeah, this way is the way that the path goes. Let's just, I think we're gonna maybe need to tunnel a little bit here, or go down. Okay, there's a way down, but let's, try to avoid. My understanding is correct. We should be reaching a big area of flesh, which is where the mosquitoes seem to congregate when I was last here, and yeah, looks like we've reached the fields. Does everyone stand together?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, okay.
This is collecting all
Bone
the
this
things.
big, I wonder what it belonged to.
Huh. Dunno.
Whoa.
Is that for the boy? I hope so.
I hope so as well. Everyone do be wary, there is a big drop with lava here. We need to turn right. There's cobblestone and a staircase down here, getting into the sort of biome itself.
Or,
Yep.
you're ahead of us.
Oh,
Okay.
the presence of a spider is odd, but not entirely unexpected. Is everyone making their way down?
Yes.
Okay.
All
And
natural mushrooms.
the whole flesh growth seems to be upset, disrupted through here. But oh. Y'all seeing that, right? A little further on,
What?
there's a rather large growth. A rather very large growth at
Not
that.
seeing it yet.
It's a little further on. Huh.
Careful, there's a lot of holes in the.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So just be careful.
Red thing.
Oh.
Red thing.
Oh,
Gone.
yeah. I see it.
They're very speedy. Careful.
Yeah.
Down here.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if... Huh.
That means we're getting closer.
I would imagine so. Honestly, I wouldn't be
It's really,
surprised if
really
it's some sort of a distinct
Oh dear.
variation of the ones that we meet on the surface. Let's just not upset them. That's likely a stable variety,
That's wise.
meaning hopefully less aggressive.
hit it.
Just don't touch them.
Oh, there's a lot.
Kind of move around.
As long as we don't hit them,
Yeah,
maybe
let's-
they won't attack.
Let's see if we can find any of the
They're very much
mosquitoes.
blocking the path. But
Yeah.
Oh, Willow.
Just
Yep.
don't hit. Don't hit.
Oh,
Just-
you okay, Willow?
Don't hit them. They seem to have sort of a protective coat.
Mosquitoes.
Oh, where? Do you see some?
there's
Oh,
one-
there.
The
I hate
mosquitoes.
Those things.
Isn't
Yeah.
that-
Oh, I
the
see.
red things might attack us if we attack the mosquitoes. I don't know about this.
So,
There's a
Oh.
lot of them.
Move
Oh
back.
my gosh.
Yeah, there are a
do
lot.
you have like a protective coat or something?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
very
crap.
spiny.
Careful mouse, careful mouse.
Yep, please do be careful.
If I get a mosquito in a crate, we could even move it farther away.
Well,
Deal with
Yeah,
just
I think
that.
that's the best idea.
that may be
Bring
the
them
best way to,
Ow.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Near
let's
me,
just
I
crate the
might
mosquitoes and then...
If it'll come.
Are we
Come
going
here,
to
little guy.
attack or not attack? Oh.
Let's not attack. Let's try to get the mosquitoes in
trying
crates
not.
and
Okay, I
then...
got a mosquito.
move them a
I got
little
mosquito
further.
in the crate.
Okay.
But as
Ooh,
long
it's
as you don't
wriggling.
hit
Ew.
them, they stop hurting you. I think they just bring
Oh.
you down to 2 hearts and then it's done.
Okay, yeah, let's just
Got
not
it, at least deep breaths. It's
anger
fine.
anything. I don't know how many mosquitoes we'll need, but we'll kill them all a little
Oh, no.
further on from
I've
here.
taken fall damage. That's okay.
Ow. Yeah,
Ow,
it happens, it
ow,
happens.
Ow.
Come on, mosquito, please get in the crate. Don't exactly have any blocks.
Sir,
Huh.
do not move.
Oh,
Ow, he
dude.
flew off.
Ugh. Frustrating
Maybe he just
creatures,
got a
aren't
worm in a crate.
Oh, excuse me, buddy.
they? Yeah, I'll
Angel,
actually get
you
my
need
own
to
crate.
step back.
Ow, yeah,
Oh gosh.
they do
If
sting.
anyone needs to step back.
They're so gross.
Come here, mosquito.
Ugh.
Here.
Oh, do not like bugs.
Come here.
Me neither, honestly. Oh,
Come on.
I caught a stray in a crate. That's not useful. And I caught a worm now.
Come on.
Please, mosquito.
Away.
Oh,
My
okay. I
block's
think.
out
Oh,
of crates, so I'll just
Come
get
on
it
over
way
here.
out.
Wiggly.
I think Mouse
Where
got
did
one
they
maybe?
Yeah, I think Mouse just got one.
I got one.
Very probably. Just,
There's
Okay.
another
I
one.
know,
Yes,
we
yes,
want to
yes.
leave you alone.
Stay.
worms.
Stay.
yeah, once we have 3 or 4,
Stay.
we can move past the big growth, and there appears to be a less disrupted area that we
Just
can
knock it into one of the
kill them with.
Ooh, did it fly away?
Yeah, it flew up.
It's flying.
Oh, and it's caught.
Got it,
Wonderful.
got it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
Good job.
let's
You
hope
know,
that
Mouse
like, we could have made, like, nets, maybe?
we could have nets would have been nice. Let's
Probably
move
could've thought
beyond the
about this
big
a little
growth.
bit
There
more, but-
seems to be a less disrupted area where we can probably kill them.
Okay.
Though honestly, I have to wonder about
Hold
that.
out your sword, John.
Oh yeah, yep, over here.
Yeah, we
Um,
can all stay together.
This honestly,
I'm
this
also holding out a sword. as
Huh.
well.
this does remind me somewhat of those descriptions that we got from the other group of a big flesh growth coming out of the fracture. Actually, it looks to be something up there. Do you see that, Yara? There's like something up there in the.
Oh. Being attacked by
Wait,
that.
yeah, is there something?
It
I'll start
looks.
building.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything aberrant. Well, beyond how aberrant everything here already is. Anything particularly odd? It almost looks like a glint of metal.
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, just avoid the worms. Try not to touch them because they do gently sting.
Yeah.
Rather ungently sting at that. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, there's definitely something up here.
Yeah, just take a couple of samples and then we'll try to find a clearer area to be in. Oh, I
Some
definitely.
sort of iron?
Yeah, no, it looks like metal plating, which is odd.
What?
Wouldn't
we
expect to see that.
love
In
Angel.
Oh.
You okay, Angel? Oh,
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh.
no.
Oh, Angel?
Did her
Oh,
items
no.
drop?
She should have her stuff.
Can she-
and
No, she should be able to
Okay.
use the ring.
Oh, she can use the ring.
that's
Hey, actually, I'm gonna use the ring first, just in case she does it the wrong way. Where did I? Oh, there it is.
Smart, I guess.
Hi.
Oh, are you okay?
Back, but they could also use. Yes. Oh, thank you. I was
No
actually
problem.
gonna say that you could use it to get back to me, but I guess this, yeah. Oh, but you
Welcome
could
back.
get everyone.
Yeah, that would be the issue. We also still need to actually kill the mosquitoes and make sure that we get an appropriate sample. So let's continue to move into the clearer area. We found
We are
some.
killing them.
You know,
I
there's
did We're going
to
actually a
need to.
little... Ah! Ah!
Ah,
Oh gosh.
You okay?
That's
You
fine.
okay?
I'm fine. The mosquito just
Okay.
spawned
Yeah.
in front of my face.
I'm
There's
going-
a little
Undead
spawner thing
started
here. If we
fighting
wanna...
each other because I think they
camp
got hit
it?
by
well, first, Yara, we're going to need to see if we get an appropriate sample from the mosquitoes that we already have, and then take that into consideration. It's actually very odd that that would be here of all
Just add
things.
another one with it, but...
But yeah,
Do you need some
Ow.
help up there?
I have 6 of them.
Okay.
that's appreciated. Everyone, if we could move over to a clearer area, there seems to be a spot where things aren't as disrupted. We can kill the mosquitoes that we have.
Thank you, mouse.
Why would there be metal?
I don't know. I mean, the other group did say that they found some sort of metal, but I mean, at least some of it was definitely the alloy that comes from, well, the worms embedded in the obsidian casing, but I can't remember if they said they found anything else. Just referred to it as being metal, so...
Do we have everyone?
No.
Okay.
Do we have everyone? Yeah, okay. So these guys... Oh dear, there is one worm here,
The
but let's...
worms are still around.
Yeah, let's move a little further up this hill, maybe.
The undead that's around as well.
Yeah, let's go up this
Yeah,
hill.
the strays will also probably attack.
Yeah, let's... Okay, just
Maybe
up
just
this
make
hill.
a secluded
We
little
can make a little
pocket
room.
in the wall.
You know, actually, we have
Yeah.
people with good pickaxes.
that's
Let's
smart.
do that instead of just trying to run away. Let's dig into
Yeah.
this wall and see if we can try it that
I was
Right,
thinking
digging.
this wall right here.
way. Yeah, actually, this is a good wall.
I have a pickaxe just
Where
somewhere.
Oh.
are you? I can't
Over
see.
here, I have my sword out this way. Yora's starting to dig in.
Where's Jora?
Just follow my sword.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Now, once we have an
We'll close it
appropriate
off once it's big
pocket,
enough.
yep,
This is how good this pickaxe is.
that's a very, very good pickaxe.
Yeah.
Sinusite.
Sincinasite, yeah.
You zoom.
Okay, I think that this should be plenty big enough. Those of us with pickaxes.
Oh, careful.
There's a
Someone
little bit
wants
of
to-
lava here.
Yeah, that's plenty.
No.
We'll just block it off.
That didn't work.
I
Okay.
just put it on top.
You
not
gotta
cover it.
block the actual lava. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, folks.
Sorry, I just
Uh,
put it on top.
Yeah, let's, those of us with crates with mosquitoes, if we could start opening and killing them.
Let's do it one at a
Yeah,
time.
one at a time, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
We need to retreat.
Oh.
I've got two. Oh,
that's one dead. Did it drop anything?
okay.
Let me get my vacuum.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, if you want to be on vacuum duty.
Yeah, I can do that.
Drop anything now?
Drop anything.
No. Yeah, likely any sort of... Once again, we're looking for something...
Sulfur.
Sulfur.
No, I got
Willow,
it,
if you wouldn't mind.
I
Thank
got
you,
it.
thank you. We are looking for, I don't know, something that's pure in the terms of red corruption. We're probably going to want to try a few different varieties of sample to see what's proper. Honestly, corruption seems to act strangely within living things, so we're likely going to need... Oh, yep, they do latch. Oh,
That.
let me see
There's
that.
one.
There.
That is a proboscis, and it is leaking on the end a little bit of fluid. Yeah, let's kill the rest of the captured ones, but likely this will be appropriate. Probably we're going to need something to put inside of it to more... you know, obviously it is weakened very much. Strong corruption, it's pure. I mean, I guess strong and pure don't entirely 100% connect, but regardless, it's pure in its appearance.
Oh, that's sulfur.
Careful.
Sulfur again.
Sulfur.
Yeah, it's definitely pure on the side of red corruption, not unstable, but we're probably going to want to add some sort of other component to it. We can figure that out once we get back to the manor, though.
I no longer have an axe, so
That's alright.
okay.
Let's get through the rest of them. Oh, that's the second one.
Another
There's
one.
another.
Yeah, we can try with both, but let's just get through the rest of the captured. Thank you, mouse. We'll get through the rest of the captured ones, and we can try a few variations. We'll probably need something sort of semi-alive, something kind of like the parasites, but I don't know. I know that we probably have maggots somewhere. We
I
can
have a
try
starved
that.
Parasite.
We'll try that as well. We can try combining it with that once we get back to the manor.
I don't
but
have any more.
oh, does anyone have any more captured ones?
That's it then.
Okay, yeah. We have 2 of these. We can try.
Wanna get more?
Actually, this should be fine. We can try combining with the starved parasite. This starved parasite you got from being in here, right? You got within the fracture. Okay. Let's.
It dropped, I think. Oh, I also got this from.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll actually try combining all of these pieces, and also just as something neutral. Do any of us know if we have any maggots back in the manor? They are well.
I do
Some-
not.
Something sort of equating the starved parasites, just not strongly corrupt.
around.
You could potentially convert, get something a bit more proper.
I have some that are old dead.
Yeah,
I don't
we
think-
can.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last time I saw Old Den, but
Yeah, we can try running
Den.
back there once we get out of here. But for the moment, this should be good. We'll try combining, but I definitely gonna want to try with a maggot because there's a good chance that the armor plating on the starved parasite is simply too thick for anything to penetrate with trying to invert its corruption. So we're gonna want to take that into account. But for the moment, I think that we do have enough in the way of samples, and everything's packed away into the silver backpack. So actually, I'll quickly put a little bit of extra stuff in there. But yeah, Okay, let's head out and we can check the den, see if we can find a maggot.
Yeah, let's check all the dens. Okay. Remember your way back, John?
Oh yeah. This is par for the course. Honestly, granted, I'm not used to the fracture being like this, but I have been lost and unlost enough times in the fracture to be pretty aware of its oddities.
Yeah, you spent a lot of time here.
Oh yeah, honestly. I don't really regret it either. I learned a lot, though now all of my research, the unanswered questions, make a lot more sense in light of, well, the Devourer. Understanding it on a grander scale like that.
Oh.
Do watch out for the drops.
Rude more than anything.
Yeah, ugh. Not very nice creatures, that's for certain.
And I suppose I'd be a little distressed as well.
Okay, yeah, there's more cobblestone. So yeah, first things first, once we get back, we can check the dens for maggots, and then we should be able to go home and do the appropriate testing. See if we can get it inverted.
No, you're right. I just wanted to make sure we didn't leave you.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. I'll keep my sword out. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually really helpful.
Glad to be of service. There is a sort of drop here, everybody. Watch out. Gets close to the edge.
Gosh, there's so many drops. I do not appreciate it.
Yeah, it is a tough path to follow, but I'm immensely glad that the fracture did not eat my cobblestone, because cobblestone is the key to my success, all things considered.
Is Mouse with us?
Mouse?
Yep.
Okay.
Mouse
Yep.
is
Right
right
behind you.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she
You
went
have
off the
Jora?
trail a little bit
Oh.
to get something.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure she got back on.
Okay, back by the trees. Strange the number of...
Want to fill up at the pond?
yeah, I'll get a drink there as well. It's honestly strange the number of
Pro here?
worlds from... I mean, yeah, I was just about to say, the number of creatures from our world have sort of popped up here. I guess it's something to do with how the corruption's interacting. Gonna quickly fill up. Okay, we got a drink. Yeah, making sure, triple checking that everything's packed into the silver backpack. Yep, everybody, let's try to recoup, get a drink, and we'll carry on.
Here, kind of, maybe extra safe. Sorry,
Hello.
I got distracted from mushrooms.
That's alright. That's
You know
alright.
us.
I think we've all filled up. Willow's just getting the last drink, and then we should be good to carry on through the tunnel. Alright, everybody, I'm at the tunnel entrance.
Alright.
Is everyone here? Okay.
Yep. Let's head back through here, and then almost there, folks. Fascinating. It's all... Ugh.
These transparent cubes are wild.
I know. It's
Yeah.
this whole place is utterly
I'm-
fascinating, especially now.
Disorienting.
Disorienting, yes.
Yeah.
Everyone watch out, there's a skeleton on the bridge.
I might need to go quickly. I'll be...
That's the kind of skeleton I've never seen.
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
certainly very red,
What?
all things considered.
Careful on the bridge. Try not
Yep.
to fall.
Everybody watch out.
Once we get near the lava, I'll probably be taking heat damage, but I should be able to get by.
Yeah, let's just try to take care of ourselves. here is the structure. I think the other's out. There's Mouse. Willow's always back. Right this way. Okay. It's interesting how it even converted the columns into more solid forms. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, some things seem to be growing and some decaying in a way.
Yeah, it's all different. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that the Blackstone Bridge there used to be land through there rather than just a drop down to the lava lake.
Oh my.
Careful of the lava.
Yep, everyone around the lava. Stick together. Massive mushroom trees. Oh,
Look at
nether wart, I
that.
suppose. Yeah, I've seen smaller versions of these in the sort of cities way out there, but never this massive.
there goes the Willow.
Have everyone?
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody's together.
3 and 3, I think so.
Yep. Okay, folks, let's be extra careful on the way down the blue obsidian.
Ooh, yeah, it is.
Yep. Do watch out. It's a little slick.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Everyone take it slow if needed.
Mhm.
Yeah, watch your step. Some of these are not filled, which is,
Yeah.
you know.
Everybody just watch out.
Big friend, please do not. Big friend, please don't. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know if he was gonna smack me off of this or
Whoa.
not.
Yeah, that's alright. That's alright.
Yeah, I saw where I was going.
Okay. Still keeping up, everybody?
I speedrun. I'm scared.
Such is life. Yeah.
Everybody keeping up?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Willow.
Let's just try to stick together. We're almost through this. Alright. Okay, almost there.
Ooh, the fire. Just
Yep, the fire
like-
plumes are... Woof.
gently lick at my
Uh-huh.
fur.
Yep, it does that. Okay, okay. Almost through. Do watch out. The red obsidian, you do take damage.
Oh, okay.
See if I can discern the path back
Yeah.
up.
Dear.
Sorry.
I'm giving myself some.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
No, no.
It's definitely. Oh,
Okay.
Natives,
almost
are
very
we
pretty.
safe?
Almost there, folks. Almost. Just a little further.
What a strange farewell to this place.
Honestly, as much as I would love to study this place, I'll be glad to never have to come back.
Yeah, me too.
I've got permanent souvenirs on my head, so I guess I'll be alright.
Mhm. Just gonna quickly take a look over here, y'all.
Jump it from here. So like this. There you go.
Wow.
I see. Hardly see this.
Fascinating, really.
It's pretty.
Fascinating. Okay. Back to our fracture. Oh. A little difficult to get around.
I'm confused on.
Yeah. A little confused.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I
This is
see
the-
how to get
Yep.
here.
Here's the boat. Or at least part of it.
Found the,
We're up by the...
portal.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're all by the fracture
Oh,
part
okay.
of it.
Eloise and Jora.
Oh,
You were gonna
sorry,
walk
we were just looking
When in
at
doubt, I follow her.
a piece of the boat. Yep, I'm leading you astray.
This is an interesting book.
Up here.
Yeah, that's from the boat. Supposed to
Yeah.
be on it.
Hmm.
Up here.
Oops.
Oh, thanks, Willow.
Hmm.
I will get lost if I try to go. Although this smooth glisten is so pretty. Can I take some?
I mean, yeah, feasibly. We can also get it very, very easily in the manor. We use it
Oh,
for...
that's why I like it. It
Uh-huh.
reminds me of the manor.
Yep, we
I was
have
like,
quite a
what
bit.
does this remind me of?
Uh-huh. Anyway, though,
That's
if
fair.
we are
Oh, it's
all...
the lab.
Alright,
Yeah,
going through.
part of the lab. Alright, if everyone's
Oh,
together, we
very,
can
very
head...
bright
The
room.
thing in
Hmm.
armor back on.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
right,
mimic
oh.
skin.
armor on.
Good
Oh,
catch,
Willow,
Willow.
yours.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
saves the day.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
Alright. Once everybody has the armor on, we can start heading back through.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alright.
Okay, now we go through.
Okay. I went out the wrong side. It's this way. Okay,
Hang on, everyone.
getting back to the... 1, 2, 3. Angels coming through. This way.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
okay.
should be-
So...
Did Eloise get there?
Yeah,
one,
she's on the
two-
other side. Look.
It takes me a
Oh.
moment to...
Oh,
for
we're on
my
the other
eyes to
side.
adjust.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, ah,
Oh, no.
yep.
Who fell?
Oh,
I
gosh.
took, damage from the heat. I need to get out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, it happens, it happens.
Other way, Eloise, other way. Turn around.
Can't see it. Okay.
Yep, everyone, let's
the
just
portal.
spread out a little bit. Should be
Can I just...
clear.
Is it possible to break the door?
There I am. Okay, I will stay away from everyone. Oh, sorry.
You're okay.
Just
Oh, I'm hot. That's why. Oh, so everyone be careful.
yeah, everyone try to get away from the fire and the heat.
Ah,
Oh no, I need to get
He's
further
over here.
away.
he's back.
Yeah,
But,
it's-
yeah.
Yep, I am in the farm, waiting for it to go away.
I'm still corrupted. Anti-corrupted. I'm in the house. I should be waiting for it to go away.
There is a worm on the bridge. Just. So you
Yeah,
guys
we
know.
might not. We might need to get further away from each other.
It's dead.
Okay, I think I'm okay.
Thank you, Mouse.
Okay.
Oh,
if
I'm
you guys
still too
want,
hot.
You can start moving
There.
towards the bridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way over
Nope,
towards
still
the
too hot.
bridge.
I'm stuck in webs, but I'm coming slowly.
Okay, yeah. This time we can actually follow the bridge all the way back since we need to get to Jora and Eloise's den to see if they have maggots. So, oh,
Ah! Whoa! Whoa!
do watch out for the
Angel
water.
Frostwalker, I think. Yeah, I think it.
Yep,
stopped
yeah,
when-
Frost.
Yeah.
It's daytime. Okay, let's follow the bridge. Yep, that makes
Oh.
sense.
Sorry
Sorry about
where's
that.
the
Yeah,
bridge?
pick
I don't
us
think
up.
Yora's back with us yet.
No, it says that was.
I'm
I
here.
Didn't even realize.
Okay, okay.
Give me 1
Alright.
second to get uninfected. I don't wanna
Yep.
get you.
Okay. Just everyone take it slow. It's okay.
Yep. And this time, let's not trust the Frostwalker.
Yeah.
It's very, very definitely daytime.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's turn right on this bridge. We're gonna want to make a stop at Jora and Eloise's for those
Stay on
maggots.
the bridge.
Everyone just stick to the bridge.
Yeah, no touching the ice.
Seen that
Do
place
not
in
touch the ice
forever.
anymore.
Yeah, no touching the ice.
Okay. Okay.
Almost there. And I really hope
So,
y'all do have those maggots
Didn't think I'd
because,
miss ya.
well, there's a chance that it will work with the starved parasite, but I'm hoping that the maggots can be combined with these pure samples, because even the starved parasite, seeing those guys there means there's likely a little bit of backwards contamination from our world into the fracture. Either that or those guys are a pure variant. Makes me wish that I could...
Oh, they're there. Okay,
Yeah,
we're good.
makes me wish that
Yeah,
we
we're
had the time and resources to do the science, but alas, we have a sturdy enough theory to build off of. Also, there are flesh blocks here, which is odd, but, I mean, those might have been placed, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if the other
I'm
group
sure they were. But
were, well, using them for building purposes after
Ugh.
clearing out whatever sort of mass they encountered over the fracture. This way.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to live here again.
Careful of any holes. Imagine moving back.
Okay, who
Oh,
are
mouse.
you?
Home, sweet home.
Well, I want to show you something. Come over here. Promise I'm not trying to kidnap you.
I'll watch just
I
in
know-
case. You never know with Jora.
Yeah, you can come. You're kind of thinking about it, and you know, when we lived here, you didn't really have a place, and this was the spot I was thinking of. It's not really decorated or anything, but it's a nice.
We can probably go get stuff. If we want.
Yeah, we aren't exactly a part of that conversation.
Yeah, I realized that as soon as they were like started talking to Mouse, they were like,
Yep.
over here. I was like, oh wait.
Okay,
probably
yeah,
should
let's
just-
okay.
let's just go see if there's stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that. Ah. Door troubles.
Wow.
Okay, maggots. Not valuables. Not in
Which should
there.
hopefully be in drops if we have it. Oh, I found one.
Oh, you found one? One should be enough. But also let's see if we find any more. Hoping that one's enough.
It would be in our drops.
Okay. Yeah. One maggot is a good start.
Yeah, you should have kept this pretty
Oh,
disordered.
there you are.
Oh, yep.
Hi,
we're in the
hello,
storage room.
bark bark.
Oh yeah, we started raiding, sorry.
Yep, we did find a
Oh,
maggot so
that's fine
far.
with me.
So hopefully gonna
Did they
Would
down
there
in
be
the
any in the
apartment?
apartment? Yeah.
That'd be worth a look.
do watch
Yeah,
out
we
for
go
the
down this
water.
way.
Yeah. We'll go check.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's- Yeah.
Ooh, it feels strange looking through all of this.
Yeah. Okay, I looked at all these and stuff.
Yeah. They're gonna check down there, but let's hope that we don't need any more than one maggot. We do have enough of the things from the mosquitoes to try it twice, but, well, honestly, if we mess it up once, I'm not sure that I have the know-how, because if I'm wrong here, then I probably won't know how I'm wrong, which means that I'm wrong somewhere else, and, let's try not to be wrong.
You can always ask Atlas.
Yeah, it would,
when you're-
though unfortunately Atlas doesn't seem to be all that great with the science end of things. Can certainly ask if I don't understand what goes
or
wrong.
If we needed another maggot.
Yeah, oh, actually, that's a fair
yeah.
point. I'll say I wouldn't put it past him to be able to materialize maggots. And I mean that in like a non-offensive way, like maggots are cool. Quick clarification: maggots are neat.
You think you offended him?
Well, I mean, I don't think that he would get offended, but you never know. You never know. So, a clarification
That's fair.
if Atlas is in fact listening.
Don't worry, he's maybe always listening. Which
There's
is
a chance of that.
like, yeah. But,
Yeah.
he probably knows everything anyways. But I don't know. He didn't know about the pup, so actually now I'm.
Yeah, I
confused
mean,
knowing.
I somewhat doubt
Which is
that
actually
he.
my favorite original theory.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that he is omniscient, all things considered. Certainly not omnipotent, but alas.
Oh, we'll know the difference, but yeah.
Suffice it to say, he is not all-powerful or all-knowing.
Okay, yes.
Hmm.
We should.
Could go and check on them. I don't really know the way down. because
Is there
there's
downstairs?
water here.
Oh, this is the water you were talking
Yeah.
about. Okay, I see.
Are
Ooh.
you looking for?
I think there might have been a way through Eloise's room, but they'll probably be back up in a minute.
Yeah, this is the way down. This little.
Yeah, but there's water there. They have to swim, so that's the problem. I know there is another way. I think I've been down there.
Oh, it's
yeah, I
through
know.
Eloise's room.
Oh,
this way.
you know what? Okay, let's try that then.
Yeah, I think they should. I remember.
Yeah, I know that Jora did take me there, but well, while my skills of direction are wonderful in the fracture, not as much in our world. Oh, hello, mouse. Bark, bark. Oh,
Right here.
ah,
Here,
resting. Fair enough.
Oh, did I?
right here.
Oh, right here.
Oh, there's like 3 options. Oh, it's hidden. Okay, I see.
Yeah, right through here. Ah, yes, this is the tunnel. There might be water on the very end of it, if I recall correctly. I know that Jora and I ran into some difficulties when coming down here, so I think it's this way. Where did Willow go?
She was back there with Mouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Mouse is just resting, but let's see. This way should be. And there's probably water at the end, so you're gonna want to be careful. Actually, wait. This is probably the tunnel to our house. It's wide, so it's not that one. Is it this one? I never understood the tunnel system to get to their place.
I only did it, once or twice.
Oh,
I think
bark, bark.
it's-
Somebody? Oh,
Okay, I think we just find it
Hi.
then.
hello. Hi.
I just want to make sure you guys are okay.
Come
Fine.
Tunnels.
Where are you all?
I'm in the storage room.
Okay, we'll come back up.
I am in our farm.
Angel.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi. Yora's all right. She's back in the storage room.
Oh, good. I was getting worried because she's not down here. I can't
we
find
can
any
look for
maggots
you.
though. You
That's
guys are
okay.
welcome
We
to-
did get one.
We got one, and
Oh, good.
yeah, we should probably
You guys
head
are
back
welcome
up
to
though.
search anywhere I'm thinking of.
Mhm.
But yeah, we can head back up.
Yeah, one should be enough. Once again, if I'm wrong, then well, it wouldn't matter if I had a second maggot or not, because well, I wouldn't know what's wrong, and hopefully Atlas can provide if I am wrong, but I don't think that I'm wrong. So let's hope. Hopefully. Not even sure if they're within earshot. Oh, hi.
Did you
They're that
check
way.
already?
Eloise checked. She's probably
I'll
coming.
go up to your head.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, good.
No maggots down here that I could find.
We got a clean house.
Didn't think there would be, but
Oh, very mushroom full, but
That's alright. Do we want to head back up, though? I think we should
Yeah.
have enough. Well, at least with the one maggot. It's enough to do a test and hope that that test is accurate.
yeah, I'll start.
Oh, there you are. There's a bit of carbon in the tunnel, so a little hard to see. Okay, and then right here. I know, very late of me to actually finally figure out the layout of the tunnels, but that's okay. Bark, bark.
Bark, bark. Bark,
Bark, bark. Hi, mouse.
Ah,
Cannot hear you if you are speaking.
I guess there could be maggots. I mess
Hi.
in the... But,
We are back up. Is Willow up here?
I don't know.
Huh. I think she was in the storage room when we heard her.
Oh, last I saw her, she was asleep, but maybe she actually walked off.
Yeah, she's probably somewhere up in here. We'll look around. Bark, bark, Willow.
Bark, bark.
Hi. We only have the one maggot, but that's okay. We're all getting ready to head back.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing mouse.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. We are regrouping to head back if you're ready.
Yep.
Okay.
So much space. Nice.
Oh, I miss it.
Even I
This
miss
lovely storage room.
the organization in here.
Different days. Different days.
Miss those days.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We should. We're probably gonna want to cut through center to avoid all the water.
Yeah. This year.
Probably really stale.
Yeah. That's all the food you keep on the walls.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still missing mouse. Mouse.
I'm over here.
Oh, you're up top?
Yep, she's outside.
Ah, okay. Wonderful. Alright, so we'll head back through center, and we should be back to the door in no time at all. And then, if y'all are up for it, we can conduct the test immediately and see if we actually got things correct. It should be pretty quick.
We might as well.
And then from there, it'll be figuring out how on earth we're going to fight a giant sun-devouring space monster. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
Space stations would work.
Just
Hopefully.
just our lives, I guess.
Yep. That's us.
But maybe not for too much longer.
Yeah,
There's
once
an
again.
end in sight.
There is an end in sight. Oh, everyone do watch out for the campfires.
Ugh, always.
Oh yeah.
I'll just give her. No, I won't. That can't.
Right. Hold out my sword again. And keep on moving.
Do we have everyone?
1, 2, yes.
Oh gosh, I thought this was water. I was terrified.
Yep. Everyone do watch out. There is water here. And water here again. We sure did love our water.
Yeah. I still do. I miss swimming in the oceans.
Yeah, well, we will get to swim in the oceans eventually. Soon, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it'll actually be warmer.
Let's hope.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I'd imagine that having something no longer actively eating the sun would lead to a bit warmer
This way,
temperatures.
Mouse. You're going the wrong way. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If this has something to do with impacting the sun, that's why it might be so cold here.
Yeah.
Like, super.
I've never even thought of that.
Right, there's the tunnel. That's all 6 of us.
Holding up the rear like usual. At least.
That's alright.
I think my legs are just shorter, I swear.
I mean, maybe.
You're much faster in the sky. Well, maybe not, but maybe that's
Well,
a
that's
good
just
thing.
not my.
I fall
My jam.
quite a bit faster.
Alright.
I fall quite.
Almost there.
Do we have everyone?
1, 2, yep. That's all of us. Okay. Already see our campfires. And the rising sun. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Whatever. crickets. I like when I can actually see it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh wait, isn't that Pat?
Yes, that's
Is
Pat.
it? Oh,
Oh,
looks fine.
I'm glad he's doing well.
Uh-huh.
Oh. To come back for himself.
When it's safe. He's holding up the fort.
Could make Pat little news reporter for the overworld.
Oh,
Just update us on what's happening.
true.
He's always out there on the ice. watching.
True,
Yes,
true.
Pat.
Alright. Almost back.
Take a sleep or
Oh yeah, we
Have a
can
rest.
get our tiredness sorted. And then first things first, we will want to set our spawns back in the manor. But that'll be in a moment. Oh, and I
got my
picked...
sleeping bag.
Yep. There you go. Okay.
Okay,
Is everyone rested?
I'm ready to go.
Alrighty.
I'm missing a couple crates.
Yeah, we can get the crates sorted. I think they got pretty shuffled. But we'll get that sorted out once we're through.
Okay, everyone ready?
Then
We're basically sharing everything anyway.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alrighty. 1, 2. Looks like it. Okay. Everyone, if we wouldn't mind
Let's get out of here.
getting our things into backpacks, the stacked things, that's the wrong backpack. Getting the suits off, the whole drill. We've been through this plenty of times by now, so.
At least we know it's safe, even if it's tedious.
It does definitely keep us
I
safe.
accidentally sent my mimickin suit through.
Ah, that's alright. It gets cleaned one way or another. Right. And we will put these 2 backpacks through. And then the suits.
No, I also put my pickaxe through. We're gonna break one of these.
Oh, unless somebody else has a pickaxe. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Jora. Okay, so once everything's been
I guess I didn't
appropriately
need to go through.
deposited,
I'll wait here.
we should be able to get the rest of the way cleaned off and then head through.
Okay.
If one of you wants to press the button.
Oh, yeah, if y'all could press the button, turn on the heat, and, like, in just a moment, once all the items are in the chest, open doors as well. Okay, I can feel the heat coming on. Doors are... Yep, feeling it there. Wait a moment, and head through. Okay, we're good. Okay, I need my backpacks firstly. Backpack. Oh, yeah, because of there being so much in here, sorry about that. Yeah, we're gonna have
There's
to...
definitely a backup. We need to.
Yeah, we're gonna need to, like, take
empty.
the things out from the bottom. The rest of it is samples from space, so, sorry about that.
I'm pretty sure we have a space chest in the house if you want to start moving
Fair
things,
fair
John,
point. Yeah, we can, deal with that in just a little. Okay. I'm gonna do is I am going to get my inventory back sorted, and then we can run those tests and see if we can get our bait all figured out. Okay. Armor. Oh, yeah, of course.
Back. You guys were happy.
Alright. Let's get that back there. There we go. Alright, where is everybody? I see Willow. Who else are we looking
They
for?
seem good.
Okay.
Tune you up and
She's in the stairs, I believe.
I should probably go down and check on the pups.
Hi, pups. We're back.
Okay,
Hello.
I'll go with you. I was getting water.
Daredevil's still here.
I'm honestly glad. He is a good addition to the
Dizzy?
room.
Is he gonna get nauseous?
Yeah.
Good
I think
question.
he's good.
Nah, he
I don't know,
he
do
doesn't have
mimics
eyes,
have
so
the
you know.
same threshold as the rest of us?
Well, mimics don't have eyes, so it only makes sense.
I thought it had more to do with the ears, but maybe that's dizziness. I wonder if your ears are any different.
Implying that
Oh
I have
gosh,
ears.
some questions.
I believe
What's
you
on
do,
your
sir.
head?
I think.
I do in fact have ears. Yes.
Yes, so you have.
Okay.
You made
They're
me
white.
doubt myself.
Made me doubt myself.
Sorry about that.
Oh my goodness.
Oof.
Oh,
Been a
Raymond's in with the
2 days.
daredevil.
Well, you know,
Oh.
that's
Raymond,
okay.
please.
There you go, buddy.
All right, folks. If we could all recoup, I do think that getting test underway would be appropriate. Okay.
He's living his best life,
He,
honestly.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
Daredevil's a
having
good
a good time.
man.
He's one of the peck now.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
He's stuck with
These
us
guys seem to
forever.
think so.
He has no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has a choice, but also,
Mm-hmm.
is all Blossom gonna watch?
He enjoys being here.
I'm sure.
Clearly.
I mean,
Raymond, don't do it. No.
He
You're
wants
gonna
to
get
go.
run
Please,
over.
Raymond. Uh-huh.
I was. Do you think you could watch
Oh.
the test, or they could watch
I mean, we aren't going to be dealing with anything unstable. The only issue would be getting them down to the sort of testing area. There is a long stair.
I believe I could try.
Yeah,
wanna
I
give
mean-
him a little.
Sure. Yeah, it should be safe, especially, yeah, we have all the reinforcement there, and we aren't going to be dealing with anything unstable. We are going to be bombarding a couple of samples, within the
And if
scope
for some
of-
reason they don't listen, I can move them back in here.
Yeah, that works. Okay, are we all good to go?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Thank you. Oh, I don't know if that was from here or not, but I'll take it.
Okay. We won't actually be needing the worm for the
Which
test
tunnel
itself.
am I taking?
Whichever
I'm
just
gonna-
gets you
are
up
we
to the
going
surface.
below mouses?
We're going to be going below mouses, yes. That's our most secure testing
Okay,
area.
okay.
And currently where most, if not all, the samples from the worm there are being held. So,
Which way should I go? The tunnels are all similar. I'm gonna go this.
Yeah.
Any of them
This
work,
print?
because we're going to Mouse's den
Oh, okay.
setup area.
Hi, Mouse.
I'm good.
We're
Just
gonna use your little chamber for the
I know.
test.
hi.
Sorry
Yeah.
to intrude.
Oh. Hello.
Oh.
What happened to my? But that's okay. We are here.
Oh, yep, welcome. Okay.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, so we won't actually be needing to use, Piper, I believe its name was, in the test, just the, well, collected samples.
Good.
Alright. Okay.
Does anyone have an extra lead? Mine seemed to vanish when I was.
Find what?
Oh, if anyone had an extra lead on
Oh,
me.
I do have a
on
lead.
them.
Yeah, I have a lead as well if needed.
Oh.
Vanished.
Yeah, Angel, I'm bringing you a lead.
Raymond found their way down, actually, and October.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully not into the
We went
room.
on the
Yeah,
other
they're
side
kind
of
of
the
Into the
inside.
yeah,
sun, but
if we
We'll
could
get 'em.
maybe not
halfway
have
there.
them within the testing chamber.
That,
Yeah, so the lead was forbidding. Okay.
there we
Okay.
go. Eventually got away. I
Maybe.
mean, they could probably
don't know if
come
breaking
into,
the
like,
door was
viewing
necessary.
chamber if needed.
Oh yeah. That's where I like to sit, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Jora
You
doesn't have
having
to
fun
chew.
there?
Alright, let's see. I believe they're still, yeah, Angel's probably putting the pups up. Oh boy. Yeah, this should work. By all.
So we're just gonna
Well,
combine
what we're
into
going to
this
do
stuff?
is we're going to basically these things magnify corruption in the sense that makes it more visible. However, initially I thought it was magnifying like a magnifying glass, simply making it seem more visible. However, likely it has sort of a stabilizing effect in such a way that if I combine the samples, we may be able to essentially bombard the starved parasite with the appropriate amount of corruption, get it to bounce in there using the alloy sample that we got, and theoretically that might be able to invert it. Alternatively, if, as I thought initially, the hide of the starved parasite is too thick to actually penetrate, thank you for that, to appropriately penetrate, then we could also try the other means of doing with the maggot and the other sample, which is more likely to work, but having the parasite in there may act as a sort of mediator slash absorber that can sort of, assist with the reflecting. Alternatively, it may also just wish to take it out because it may absorb undue corruption. Anyways, though, okay, so let's get things. Okay, Angel, hello, welcome. I'm assuming the pups are not going to be joining us.
No.
That's all right. Okay, so have test. Is everyone here? Is Willow here?
I haven't seen her.
Huh. Could have sworn she was there just a minute ago. Does it? Anyone see where she went? Or I guess it's not technically necessary that everybody
No, I didn't see.
is here, but
Real quick.
yeah, if you wouldn't mind. Basically, though, this should work on a very similar principle to how I created some of my larger explosives in the past with using, granted this is a very different sort of energy source, but using similar logic of bombarding and reflecting should be able to invert the stable red corruption. Unstable would just absorb, but we should be able to invert it. What we saw in the fracture was a lot of stable red corruption, stable blue, a lot of inharmony, but also stable forms of both that were still growing, so in theory you can invert that growth. Possibly. And basically just create a very strongly blue bait to lure in our devourer by creating a disturbance in its metabolic process. Does that make sense to some degree?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Thank you, Eloise.
Converting the red corruption to the blue.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well. 1, 2. We are missing, is Angel, where did she go?
Oh, I think she might want to go look for me. Hold on.
Oh, let me.
Not in her house
Oh,
or anywhere.
hi.
Oh, Willow's
Yeah,
here.
Willow is here.
Okay.
Sorry, I heard you were calling for me, so I quickly ran down here to
Ah.
get you to hear me.
No,
That-
I must have passed you. I wasn't around your house.
That's all right.
You're good.
Okay, if we have everybody together, we can start getting the test. So first, I don't expect this to work. This might honestly function better as a control than anything else. We're going to set up the 2 scrap as reflectors. Gonna send one up there. Not a significant glow, but that's expected. We can put the parasite there, and then secondary reflector on the bottom. Oh dear. Oh yeah, the parasite's sort of getting stuck, caught. Yeah, that's what I anticipated. Great. Okay, so it does get a little bit caught with the reflectors, meaning that I think what we're going to want to do is keep the reflectors in there for a moment to energize it, and then once it's ready, in the meantime, I'll try combining the maggot with the proboscises of the mosquitoes. Oh, let's try the parasite. Yeah, nope, it is not piercing appropriately. However, maggot does work. Wonderful. Okay. And while that was going on, we've got our resistors primed, and basically that'll bounce it and charge it appropriately. So that top one, now that's charged, should be able to, in theory, invert this red corrupt to blue. It's shaking. That's a good.
Yeah, that's shaking.
Oh.
Whoa.
Well, that's
What
definitely blue.
the-
What the?
Ooh, it's wriggling.
Yeah.
It's doing a wriggle. Okay, I'm gonna call that a success. I'm gonna run it back through to see if the blue glow. Yeah, oh yeah, it still has that strong blue attachment to it.
What? That is odd.
Oh yeah, it's very much energized. Granted, it doesn't appear unstable, or else it would be reacting differently within the containment, meaning that I think we have what we're looking for. We're just going to need to use it to create a disturbance, likely in the upper atmosphere.
We need to crate it or something?
Nope, it is just able to be picked up. So that was a success, I would say. I'll put it back in the silver backpack to avoid any undue contamination, but
You can keep it.
yeah, that's all right. That should create the we can use that to set off a chain reaction in the upper atmosphere to, well, disrupt its metabolic processes and drive out the devourer. Think kind of like, I don't know, filling, like, what's something that lives in a hole that, like, wouldn't want water in the hole, like a gopher.
Jora?
Filling a gopher hole with water, essentially, but also sort of giving it a stomach ache in the process. We're disrupting its metabolism, but also sort of, whacking it with a fair bit of unanticipated blue corruption. Okay, so that was a success. For the moment, we'll store it in here, and we can start gearing up after this in order to actually face down the devourer. But for the moment, I'll need to run further tests and test the rest of the samples that we got from space. But this should be the answer, I would say.
It's the bait?
Yes, this is the bait. Essentially. Granted, bait is one of them. There are so many analogies that could. Yes, well, you know what? That's probably a better one. It's a worm on a hook, even though technically instead of it being something that wants, it's something that's trying to stop because it's like giving it a stomach ache, but also like flooding its soul. Regardless, this will draw out the devourer. Yes.
And then we'll kill it?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's the plan. Wonderful.
And then it should get rid of the anti-corruption?
It should, because the devourer, as best as any of my testing can tell, is full of blue, and so with the blue that's stored within the devourer released upon its death, it should be able to neutralize the unstable red that we've been dealing with and put everything back the way that it was, at least in regards to everything being neutral and purple. It won't really undo the damage that's been caused, but it'll stop any further damage, definitely.
Guess that's about
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Pointing to.
I'll,
I'm ready.
look further into this, but for the moment, we're about as close to being there as we're going to get for now, so good work, everybody.
So I guess we gear up for
We rest,
battle.
then we prepare.
Right.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna rest a little bit. I'll see you guys
Yep.
a little later.
That's alright.
In the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Oh, they already left.
Oh, I'm still here, sort of. Coming back down. Hi.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just closing up shop. But yeah, we're rest, prepare, and then we fight, hopefully, one last monster, and then we're through.
Wouldn't that be?
Good night, mouse.
Good night, mouse.
Good night, mouse. Rest well.
Rest well.
Alright.
We are cool.
See you guys
We
tomorrow.
are. Yeah, we'll see you all very soon.
Tomorrow or in a couple of days.
Yeah, well, whenever we're prepared, whenever my last bits of research are completed. Shouldn't take too long, though.
Rest well, y'all.
Rest well, you too.
Rest well, Willow. She wants to be out.
Strange. Oh, the pups are in here.
Trying to put them in their rooms.
Ah,
But,
that's
listen,
fair.
as late as-
Yeah.
This is where the weed comes in. No. Wrong way. This. Yeah.
I didn't even need to do my centrifuge. Use my centrifuge and all of that.
Centrifuge?
Oh yeah, centrifuge. Used it to make weapons a while back. Which honestly, those purple things to some degree act as a corrupt centrifuge if the appropriate ingredients are applied, such as those plates. So, yeah, fair enough. It all builds. The more you understand the science. So, anyway, though, I'm exhausted. So as soon as the pups are good, I'm good. Oh, actually, we should probably set our spawn here as well. Did slightly forget that.
Not the crow from the fracture.
Huh?
I don't know if that was bad or not, but I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, nah, if you hand him to me, how's about this? For the moment, he's too contaminated to let out, but once this all gets resolved, we can, get him scrubbed. We can release him in the overworld, and it should do its thing. Yeah.
I didn't know if things from
honestly, he's probably safe since he was in the fracture, which is resistant to the sort of unstable stuff, you know, like the anti-corruption, but
it was just weird that he was there.
yeah, no, as a matter of safety, we'll I won't put him in the silver backpack because that's really sterile stuff, but I will put him in here with some of my other samples, which have already been looked at, stuff that I have used to gain my current understanding. So we'll leave him in there. And yeah. All right. Good night, Angel.
Good night, John.